Hi, my name is Anton, and I run as Marcus.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I run as Witch's Cat.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I run as Bear.
Hi, my name's Jake. I run as Price.
Welcome to London Underground. Hello, runners.
Hello,
Welcome back.
man.
Hello.
Good.
Back.
Good to be
Hi.
back.
We're back.
We are yes. It's been forever and a day since we visited the dark and grimy, dystopian, chromed future of Neo London. But
Yes.
we're here. We've returned. I'm excited. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Playing
Beautiful.
our Shadowrun, non-Shadowrun game.
Yes, our London Underground campaign, heavily influenced by the Shadowrun universe. Yes, it's been a while. I'm excited for this. The last 3 episodes have been very, very good fun. We've just done a little recap, so remember what it was that we did. But
Yes.
yeah, I think we're all ready to go, right?
Yeah.
Try and
Yeah.
remember all the rules.
Yeah,
and gear,
yeah.
which should be good.
Yeah, so I'll lie and say I'm going to ease you in gently, and then bait and switch you. So who would like to play some London Underground?
Me
Some
too.
Shadowrun in the
please.
space.
Let's do it.
Boom, beautiful. So, in which case, to start things up, let's just do a little bit of housekeeping off the back of the last mission. So, it has been some time since your last mission. Not as long as between missions 2 and 3, but after the horrors that you saw, a vampiric, gribbly, Strigoi-esque old lady. I think if anything, you lot probably need some R&R, some meditative time, just to kind of rebalance your senses. But we need to assign links. So you know which relationships between you have strengthened off the back of the last mission. So to start from the top, Marcus, in the aftermath of the Hargreaves murder. Who did your links improve with?
I'm going to link up with Bear,
Mhm.
because we did break into a police vehicle and assaulted a police officer together. And that was
Yes.
a memorable moment.
That was very
Also,
very
I did
memorable.
shoot Bear, so you know, that creates a bond.
That's the best way to bring, to strengthen your bonds with friends, by shooting
Yes.
them. Beautiful. Okay,
By
Ellie,
accident.
Was it an accident?
is it ever really an accident?
I don't know.
Yes.
Friendly
Maybe.
fire. They call it
Should be
friendly
the-
fire, don't they?
Yeah, unfriendly fire. Yeah.
Ellie,
Is it?
Witch's Cat, who did you link up with?
I think it's got to be Price this time because we did our little sort of fake care home courtesy call thing together,
did.
and I think Ellie's always kind of assumed Price is a bit of a square, a bit of a kind of buttoned up type, and so to see him get truly emotional over
I have emotions, yes.
he actually has emotions. He's seen after seeing his reaction to the death of his former mentor Eileen. So I think that's kind of given her a newfound respect for him.
Brilliant.
So yeah, going with Price.
Okie dokie. Price.
Yes, I'm going to return the favour pretty much Ellie for exactly the same reasons. She managed to also help the investigation along a lot further by being able to hack all the data in the care home and all those points that we already mentioned. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. And last but not least, Bear.
Yeah, I'll go for Marcus for introducing him to the joy of high explosive and also for testing his mystic armor out for him. Just so
There you
kind.
go.
Yes.
Just a favor, no worries.
It's a service that Marcus provides to anyone who's interested. Beautiful. So off the back of it, also earned an amount of XP, which you've already popped into your character sheets, as well as an amount of creds based off how much you pledged. So again, from memory, Marcus, Ellie, and Bear, you all walked away with 4 cred base, and Price, because you put in a bit more because of the personal nature of the mission, you walked away with 6.
Oh yeah.
So, we return to the streets of Neo London, and the night is typically kind of gloomy and rainy. The sound of the rain bouncing off of metal, kind of metal grates overhead, kind of reverberates through a dim and dingy, slightly neon lit room. The air of kind of loneliness is pervasive in this kind of dive bar of sorts. It is late in the night, early in the morning, whichever way you want to look at it, and one of the few remaining patrons of this bar is a gruff looking cowboy from UCAS, who Marcus, you're sat at the bar. What is the drink you're idly swilling around in a little glass?
It must be bourbon, right?
Do you need to ask?
Yeah, I mean, give me another one. Come on. I ain't done yet.
The harassed looking barmaid kind of looks to you as she turns and kind of like looks in your direction, kind of rolls your eyes because you've been
Give me more. Another one.
Propping the bar up all night. You can see the cybernetic contraption on kind of on her breastplate. It's like a pacemaker of sorts, just kind of beginning to pump a bit faster as she kind of rolls her eyes. But as the barmaid walks away, Marcus, you look back down to your drink. The reason for your kind of solo dive out into the world of alcohol, today marks the 5th anniversary of a date you dread every time it comes around each year. This is the 5th anniversary of the death of your sister.
Yeah.
Marcus, tell me about Marianne.
So as he's swirling his bourbon in his glass, he's just staring into it, and he remembers all the memories of growing up with his sister on the farm in UCAS, of going out in the fields, of taking care of the cyber cattle, of going out for a swim, and then later on about a bit more of the distance that grew between them.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally he reconnected with her after some time, and that ultimately led to her death.
Okay. In which case, as kind of flashes of memories kind of flit through your mind as you kind of close your eyes, swill the drink a little bit harder, knock back what's left in your glass, just as the bartender puts down another in front of you and takes a payment for it.
Thanks.
She looks to you and, are you sure that maybe you should be here? Maybe you want to call it a night, love?
Yeah, where else am I gonna be? Huh?
Well, to be honest, babe, I don't think anyone's going to be letting you in the state you're in, but I just want to let you know that and she's holding the bottle of kind of bourbon in her hand. It's just, you nearly drunk us out, so.
Tell you what, just give me the rest of the bottle. I'll find my way back. Don't worry about it.
She kind of gives you a look.
Marcus gives a crit stick.
Okay. She gives you this look, and it's a mixture of kind of frustration, but also pity. And
I'll make my own way out.
She takes your cred stick and pushes it back to you, and then just leaves what's left of the bourbon on the bar in front of you. And yeah,
Marcus looks at like her hair, her blonde hair, and it reminds him of his sister Marianne. And he goes, "You're kind soul, you know that." And he takes the bottle and starts walking away.
As you kind of go to walk away, you stand up and you feel a lot more kind of queasy on your legs than you were expecting. Evidently, the bourbons rocked you more than you were expecting. And as you kind of focus to make the world stop spinning and just kind of recollect into a single image, you realize that you haven't been to the loo. You haven't been to the gents in a while.
Yeah, I can go outside. It's okay.
Well, so as you kind of stagger and sway, someone, like a figure, approaches you and just kind of bumps into you as they try to squeeze past. It knocks you back into your back onto your bar stool.
Whoa, easy.
And as you kind of look around and kind of yell at this figure that's just kind of shouldered you, as you shake your head and look, on the bar is an envelope, like a package.
And can Marcus look around, see if he sees the figure?
So the figure seems to, like, you've just seen, like, obviously you've just been bumped into him, but the figure that bumped into you can't. They're gone.
Marcus will put his bottle down and drunkenly look at the writings, see if he can make it out what it says.
It said on a label on the front. It's effectively like a padded envelope, right?
Yeah.
And there's a label printed and stuck to the top of it that, in a very nondescript font, says Marcus West.
Marcus instantly turns around and puts a hand in his jacket, where he keeps a hold-up pistol, and tries to look around.
Mm-hmm.
Does he see anything?
Apart from the few kind of stragglers in this bar, yourself and the bartender,
he takes the package and goes into the restroom, still holding his hold-up pistol in his jacket.
Sure.
But suddenly aware that somebody knows who he is, and he goes straight for the restroom.
So you head into the restroom. As you barge in, there's a dwarf that's just kind of in the corner of the urinal, just kind of slumped, kind of half asleep, clearly nodded off.
Bear, wake up!
Bear! It's you shout Bear, but it like this dwarf just and kind of looks up, and it's clear that he nodded off during the act of going to the loo.
Is this? It's not Bear, right?
It's not Bear. No.
You're not Bear.
He looks to you and
Enjoy.
sort of like starts fumbling to do his trousers back up, and just as he walks past you, he kind of pats you on the hand pats you on the shoulder with a hand that
Marcus
hasn't washed.
gives him the bottle. Hey, listen, on me. Have a good one.
and the dwarf all but falls out the loo.
I
and
go
you have
into the cubicle.
toilet. Okay.
Yeah, and I will look at the letter.
Okay. So as you open the package, if you shake it for a moment, and there's clearly something in there, but I mean, it doesn't. If it's a bomb, it's a small bomb. But as you open the package, you pull out a comlink.
Like a phone, right?
Yeah, a comlink that's switched on and just kind of on the idle home screen. And as you look at it and think, ooh, you look at it puzzled, it begins to beep and vibrate, and one message received.
I'll open it up.
Okay. Sender unknown. Message. Gather your team. Incoming call. A job in 1 hour.
God damn it! Why does it always happen? Day off. Take the thing. All right, Marcus will stumble out, still kind of wary, and make his way back to wherever he is staying. Is it still Cat's apartment? Price's house? Somewhere like that?
It's still Cat's apartment, yes.
Amazing.
So, yes, you so you make it back to Cat's apartment. It is approximately 3 a.m. in the morning, and
knock on the door. Cat, open up. Marcus, Cat.
So yeah, you start bang, 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 bang. Cat,
Josh, get off the video games. Open up.
So, Cat, you are woken up. Well, Cat, Price, and Bear, you're all woken up to the sound of this boom, 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 boom on the front
Am I
door.
still sleeping in the sedan? Does that wake me up from outside?
Oh, I suppose if
There's
it's
a space in the flat. I think we established.
I think Bear's on the sofa. Yeah, Price is in the sedan. Ellie and Josh. Yeah, Ellie and Josh are in the bed.
Yeah,
And I don't know about Marcus.
The balcony.
well,
It's got like a little tarpaulin thing where he just crawls under. Yeah.
well, Cat, you're woken up by the sound of rapping, like loud rapping on the door.
It's the police.
Police.
And Marcus, the door clicks open and swings open, and you see Josh just kind of stood looking at you a little bit sheepish, and as you kind of look at you gently lean and look over, look past
I
him.
pat his head and go, "You're a good kid, you know that."
Yeah, thanks, Marcus. He says.
Don't give him a gun.
Hey, hold this for me.
So you notice that Josh has been evidently was on the sofa at kind of the next to Bear, whose legs are currently draped over the end of the sofa, like the sofa arm, and Josh has just been playing games, like video games, up until 2-3 a.m. whilst presumably without Cat realizing. But yeah, Josh lets you in as Ellie, you kind of stack around, you're bleary-eyed as Marcus just kind of falls over onto the kitchen counter.
Good night.
Amazing. Hey, listen, I got a device for you here. Take it. Grab it.
Okay.
Read what it says.
So,
Gather your team.
yeah.
Job in 1 hour. What's this?
I got it at the bar.
You got it at the bar?
Yeah.
Who gave it to you?
I don't know. Someone who knew who I was.
Outstanding. I mean, we're going or what?
Listen, call's in like a minute.
Cat looks down at herself
now.
in a shirt and shorts that she wears to sleep in. She looks at Bear who's snoring on the sofa, and it's like, are you kidding?
Marcus will jump onto Bear, like grab him by the Bear, wake up!
I imagine Bear's hand would immediately go for the fire axe that's on the table, and then
they're just tussling on the floor now, I think. Bear!
He's probably a bit wary of Marcus after last time. What is it? What?
Hey, we got a mission. Listen, look. Cat, read it out.
Cat reads it out.
Price.
Right, I'll go wake up Price, and I'll stomp off downstairs to shake the sedan until
Our alarm goes off. I wake up in panic.
the sound of breaking glass.
Yeah.
I've got my shirt and tie on in bed. Hold down the window.
So Price, your rude awakening, as you're The car is shaking. And there's
Some
a
feral beast as
banging on the rear passenger window, which cracks the glass ever so slightly.
What?
Yes.
What do you
Time to
want?
wake up. It's work time, Price. Mark's
time
got a job
already.
for us.
Oh, has he?
So
Okay.
I'll get the kettle on.
Yes, please.
So you all reconvene back in
I'm surprised Bear has learned to use a kettle. That's quite.
It's one switch. He can manage that.
just about.
He uses the axe for that anyway.
Oh.
So
Just buy a kettle every time.
Price and Bear, as you make your way back to Ellie's bedsit, sort of like as you're going through the corridors, like one of Ellie's neighbours kind of is stood in the doorway. It's just like this very short, rotund little old man, like severe kind of top of head balding kind of thing.
Not Mr. Pinkleton.
Mr. Pinkleton, yeah,
Hello.
stood there, presumably in his wife's dressing gown. He just kind of gives you a look as you wander past the apartment, because it's clear that you've woken him up. Yeah, as you pass, the stench of kind of stale cigarette smoke, like nicotine smoke, wafts past you. But yeah, you close the doors. You find yourselves in Ellie's room. Bear, you turn on the kettle with your axe, and Price, as you just kind of go into autopilot and just start making yourself some tea, just like half asleep. Marcus, you're swaying a bit. Ellie, you're feeling quite dishevelled. Bear, if anything, you're probably feeling the most alert. There is a as the comlink starts to ring and vibrate.
Oh.
Not a minigun.
Thanks.
Yeah, answer it.
Incoming call. Unknown.
Cat just sort of looks at Marcus. What?
Right. Give it to me. I'll answer.
You answer it. It's your mystery of device.
Marcus will answer and go, West here.
Good morning, Mr. West. I'm pleased to see you have received this comlink satisfactorily.
Yeah, it works.
Time is of the essence, Mr. West. I have a work proposition for you and your team.
Yeah, no time like the present.
You may call me Smith.
Original.
So, Marcus, if I could, as this is
I
your
got a-
mission.
I have a move, right? What is my move?
Well, so first things first, if you could roll me a get the job, please.
Oh. Did I do a thing?
You did do a thing.
Was it good? Oh, it was good.
Nice.
7 to 9. 10. Choose 3 from the list below. Okay, I will read them out. The employer provides useful information intel. The employer provides useful assets. Yes, I need gear. The job pays well. The meeting doesn't attract attention. The employer is identifiable. Okay, so I think we need gear.
Mhm.
You guys let me know if you want intel, pay well, doesn't attract attention, or identifiable.
If it's already paying quite well,
It is already paying quite well. No attention, please.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Do
And
we want to identify the employer?
should we get an
Please?
intel? Maybe.
We could get an intel.
I like the intel because that could be like the timing of the ship coming down the Thames and stuff like that. Which
Yes.
one it's actually on. Yeah.
Yes,
Or like
yes.
the ship schematic if we decide to actually like
Yeah.
stealth into the ship.
I like
Where is,
that.
where is the plug in the bottom of the ship that we can pull out?
Okay. So it's going to be gear, intel, and discreet.
I love how even ships are a bit technological for Bear to fully understand.
Well, there must be a plug somewhere, Cat. Otherwise,
Obviously.
it's just a big bathtub, isn't it?
Right. So yeah, so intel, gear, and no attention, please.
Through my contacts, I have received intel that a large shipment of military-grade Hades macrotech arms and cybernetics is due to arrive at Tilbury docks tomorrow night. It is believed that this shipment has been organized by a black market dealer known as Nikolai Balagnachov. Nikolai Balagnachov has taken to referring to himself as the Deathbringer.
Delightful.
We believe that Balagnachov is working with a secondary asset. I believe you will know this second person much more intimately, Mr. West.
Why would that be?
We believe Nikolai Balagnachov is working with Jacob Carter.
Never heard the name.
As you say this, the screen flashes and two images pop up. One of a rather fancy looking troll.
Oh shit.
Fancy.
Who and sort of the file name reads Nikolai Balagnachov. So it's the vast majority of trolls have this imposing kind of physique to them, but this one in particular has kind of mottled grey skin to large curving horns emerging from the tops of his head. You notice one of the horns is broken. A gleaming in the picture taken of him, Nikolai is looking towards the camera, a gleaming a gleaming green cyber eye staring at the viewer, and what appears to be like a plaited like a plaited bit of facial hair that kind of dangles down from his chin, very reminiscent of almost like an Egyptian pharaoh's, if you will. It's an audacious red leather coat, a glare like a gleaming gold-plated SMG in hand, and what appears to be some sort of, I mean, you look at it and laugh almost. It almost looks like a cosplay arm blade, like punch dagger type gauntlet. You look at it, Marcus, and it screams of a self-made arms dealer that thinks he's much more kind of powerful and Billy Big Bollocks than they kind of have any right to. A second image then flashes up, and those of you nearby who also catch the image, you see what appears to be a Caucasian human in, you would argue, is like tactical gear, like tactical armor, wearing a sleek long leather kind of trench coat, interestingly with a cowboy hat on. You take one look at the image on the comlink and you can't help but look up to Marcus, and you notice certain similarities.
Marcus has his jaw just clenched, and he's just got like a death stare looking at the hologram of Jacob Carter.
Jacob Carter is known to be affiliated with Hades, but we're not sure if Hades knows about this shipment. The buyer is currently unknown. This amount of cargo will be too difficult to intercept the closer it gets to near London.
Right.
The job that we are requesting of you is to arrive at the arms deal, destroy the cargo, remove Nikolai Balagnachov from the equation, and make your escape.
All right. You know what? That kind of sounds like 2 missions in 1, if you ask me. What's the pay?
Given the importance of this mission, we are willing to pay handsomely.
Yeah, you better.
So the numbers that are given is basically mean that whatever you bid to be paid,
that's why we have to bid.
Trickled as base.
And what's the max you can bid? So we have to bid cred right now.
Yes. So when you take the job, you bid 1 to 3 cred.
Yeah.
And If you bid 3 cred, because you're splashing around so much money, people start to notice. But whatever you do bid will be tripled instead of doubled.
Oh, that's right. So 3 cred, but then that leaves me with no money. And I need money.
So which clock is it that advances if we bet 3?
It alternates, so it starts with the action, then the legwork, and then back and forth.
Right. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna. I think Marcus, despite the fact that he has no money, will have to go all in on this.
Okay.
So,
Well, before
yeah.
before you start bidding, the voice, so this kind of distorted. I mean, Ellie, you listening to it, you can clearly tell that whoever's talking to you is going through some sort of like distortion voice modulator to disguise their identity. But there's a moment of silence before the voice comes back.
If you have any questions related to the job, please ask now. We are keen to be as cooperative as we can be in order to see this mission completed.
all right. Tell me, what's the timing? When is the cargo arriving?
The shipment is due to arrive at Tilbury Docks tomorrow night.
Fantastic. All right. Have you got any intel on what kind of resistance we might be facing?
Balagnachov has amassed what he described as a small army. At most, it is a rabble of mercenaries who remain on payroll due to favorable wages.
Yeah. All right. Cat, bear, price, any ideas?
Well, not much good with equations, but when you say you want him removing from yours, that doesn't mean I can pull his head off, doesn't it? Just I've made that mistake before. I think best to check, you know.
There's a pause, and then
Yes, removing Nikolai from the equation will be a benefit for us all.
Right,
Yeah.
good. Just
In
wanted
this
to
case,
make clear.
bear removal means removal. Remove arm, leg, head. You go for it. You can remove everything you want.
Yeah. Thanks, Marcus.
All right.
And what were we doing with all the equipment that's being dropped off? All of this macro tech?
I mean, keep
Dumping it in the
right?
Thames?
Keep it. Yeah.
The shipment will need to be destroyed.
Right.
All right.
We recommend high-yield explosives.
Will you be providing said high-yield explosives?
Given the importance of this mission, we will be releasing a care package of sorts to an address of your choosing. We believe the contents will be of use to you on this mission.
All right. Thanks for the message.
Due to the location, Tilbury is some distance from New London. We recommend you hire the services of a driver, a reliable driver to get you to, and more importantly, from the mission.
Listen, Price is a great driver.
Hey,
Very safe. Always indicates no problem.
Yeah, but somebody just broke his window just now. I saw him running off.
Terry, my tea.
I can imagine that removing yourself from the situation after the mission is completed will be perilous.
Yeah.
I
All right.
suggest you find a driver with transportation that can do the job.
All right. Any other comments, Kat? Any cyber things we need to discuss?
So it's Hades Macrotech, is it?
Yeah, we're buddies.
Big corp. They'll have some wicked security, but they don't know about it.
We don't know if they know. Yeah.
We know that Jacob Carter is affiliated with Hades, but we are unsure if Hades knew about this shipment.
And this cargo is Hades tech, right?
This is believed to be highly advanced Hades macrotech arms and cybernetics.
Okay. Do we know anything about the vessel that this shipment's coming in on?
The vessel appears to be a relatively standard commercial freighter. The arms are being disguised in plain sight, albeit we suspect that a number of the crew of the vessel are on Balagnachov's payroll.
All right.
Right, okay.
Once the shipment is unloaded onto the docks, we suspect it will then be transported by road into New London.
So it's likely that if we wait for it to get into the docks, there's going to be another party waiting for it that we'd have to deal with.
As we understand it, the transfer from ship to road transport is all being dealt with by Balagnachov and Carter.
Right. So either we hit the target whilst it's on the ship, but we have to find out where it is, or we hit it when it's on the truck, or in between.
Well,
Any recommendation,
unloading.
Mr. Smith? Was it John? Smith, John, whatever it is.
The exact timings we leave to you, Mr. West. But
Yeah.
our only concern is the destruction of this cargo through one means or another.
All right. Well, listen. Say we destroy the cargo.
Yes,
Say we destroy the cargo. Balagnachov is still alive. Partial payment.
correct. You will receive full payment upon destruction of the cargo. The removal of Balagnachov is, as I say, a handy bonus.
Understood. All right. That's it for us, I think. Pleasure doing business.
We will send schematics and blueprints for the area so you may use it for your preparations.
Yes. Send it to Kat.
Cat, like Marcus says this, and you kind of look up at Marcus and like your name basically hasn't come up in the conversation, but sure enough, bloom, like your comlink rings.
Ooh, creepy as hell.
Unknown
Hate
sender.
it. Hate it.
Files received.
I have got encryption on this thing. What the hell?
Did you tag Marcus as a friend on like Facebook?
Oh no!
So, to recap, then the directives of this mission. You will receive 1 experience for doing each of these. So you will receive experience when you accept the job, arrive at the arms deal, destroy the cargo, take out Nikolai Balagnachov, successfully end the mission.
Whew.
So, you successfully get the job as you negotiate the terms. So, off the back of it, yes, you have received some gear to an address of your choosing. Ellie, you've received intel through to your comlink, which will, that can be any shape you want it to be. And as you kind of conclude your negotiations, the comlink is silent again before you hear the voice say,
Whilst we regret the inherent danger of this mission, we have every faith in you and your team, Mr. West.
I'm sure you do. Yep. All right. Night. Bye-bye.
the call ends.
Right.
The call ends, and then there's a small crack that comes from the comlink, and you see sparks like under the screen, and the screen turns off, and then smoke starts kind of billowing out.
What did you do to it there?
I just looked at it, quite honest.
You can't look at devices that way, Bear. We told you about this.
Yeah, it does seem to happen a lot.
You looked at my car window. No.
Marcus will address the crew.
Well, just quickly, sorry. How much cred is everyone staking?
Oh, okay. 3, the max.
It's the trusty 2.
Yeah, 3, 2.
Yeah. I'm going to look around the room, nod towards Bear and Marcus and go, yeah, 2. I'm not going to trust it completely. It's going to go right, but I reckon destruction-wise, we've got it in us.
Yeah. I reckon Bear's sizing up that troll fella and thinking, oh, he doesn't look so tough. That's not even a proper beard. I'm going to go 3.
Oh, wow.
You're going to go 3.
Yeah.
Woo!
We're going to attract
Okay.
attention. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
boy.
2.
That's a legwork and an action.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Go big or go home.
So,
Exactly.
Back to you.
as you splash a significant amount of cash around, which doesn't go utterly unnoticed, and therefore, yes. So the legwork and the action clocks advance. and that will have certain repercussions later. So,
Okay.
we now move into the Legret phase. So, yeah, Marcus, what do you do?
All right. Listen, how are we feeling about this mission? Price, Cat, Bear? It's gonna get hot. Josh, you in?
He is not in.
We need to find
He
him.
is going to bed.
He was listening, right?
Yeah, he must be a better driver than Price, surely, Ellie.
This is unbelievable. He's
Josh.
14.
Been training you up for this moment right here. You remember those
You've
squirrels
what?
we shot in the park? Those squirrels, same thing.
Is there no way he could do the drive-in from the safety of the house? If you set him up, Cat. Sorry, Ellie.
As a remote driver.
Yeah,
It's
he's doing
still
it
our
from,
lives. It's still our lives on the line in the vehicle, right?
Oh, right, okay, yeah, fair
he's
point.
not allowed to play that other game at the same time, right? He can't be switching backwards and forwards. He's
I
got to focus.
have seen him play GTA. GTA 27. It is not pretty.
Gosh, it's the same thing. Just like GTA.
You know what worries me is, so you actually able to destroy guns? I feel like I've never seen you look at a gun that you didn't want. So,
do we need a truck to take all this stuff?
Listen,
home?
all I'm saying is we're gonna peek inside, see if there's anything interesting.
If
not,
we have
blow it up.
time.
Mr. Smith was quite specific though about the destroying part of it.
Yeah, I'll disable it and then re-enable it. It was destroyed, and then
you hear how you're saying a different thing to what he said, right?
that's what I said. That's what I said.
It feels like the plan's changing, and yeah.
I've never heard Bear be so conscientious about sticking to the brief.
Well, he knows Marcus quite well by this point.
He's been reading books.
Yeah.
All right, listen. There's two ways we could do this job, right? Either we go in hot and shoot up the place and end up blowing up, Mr. Arms Dealer and also the cargo. All right, that's gonna get people shot. Or we go in discreet. All right, get on the ship, locate the cargo, attach the explosives. When Mr. Arms Dealer does the handover, detonate it. Blows up both him and the cargo. Job done.
Do you need proof that you've blown it up? Like the bit
the
of head
proof
that
will
Bear-
be a giant big crater where he used to be.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people will still die by that method. Does that bother you? Or...
Yes, but that's not us, right? That's all that matters.
It is us. We set the explosives.
Right. Listen, you will not be killing the people. Either Bear and I will press the trigger. Therefore, you are absolved of any guilt whatsoever.
That worked for
Absolute
me.
rubbish.
Are we not even going to discuss the pulling the plug out of the ship plan? I felt like that had some mileage.
Right, third plan.
Marcus,
Right.
I can't believe we're not talking about this. Who is this Jacob fellow? Why did
Jacob.
Mr. Smith think you knew him?
He looks like your hotter brother.
Yeah.
Jacob is not my brother.
He's like you, but pretty and sober, Marcus.
What do you mean?
As opposed to pretty sober.
Marcus half punches Bear. Shut up, Bear. You're drunk. All right. Jacob was like a brother to me. All right. He was my best friend back in UCAS. And we used to run together. Did some jobs. We were working for Hades. And, it was a bit of a rift came between us. And we lost our way, and he tried to kill me, and I tried to kill him. And then...
What happened?
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
How does a casual friendship turn to that?
I don't want to talk about it. All right.
You may have to talk about it, Marcus. We need to know everything as much as possible before we go into this mess. If Jacob's involved, you're the one who knows him best. What do we need to know?
Jacob is a douchebag. That's what you need to know. He deserves to die. And if he does die, then so be it.
Right.
That's all I need to know.
He's dangerous, right? He's working for Hades at the moment. All right. They're not good people. He's running the kind of stuff I used to do back then, which means he's a bad guy.
Is this deal sort of under the table type thing that Jacob's orchestrating? Because apparently Hades may not even know about it.
Listen, it's always under the table when Hades is concerned. But don't worry about him. He probably won't even be there. He's just whatever. He's the broker. He's the one organizing, putting people together, doing connections. He's too much of a coward to actually be there, so he won't be there. Anyways, and Marcus looks. Does he look angry, or maybe he looks a bit angry, and he tries to like calm down. So, what do you think? We go in hot, or go in stealthily?
I'm not trying to storm the ship. That sounds fun.
Infiltrate the ship.
Yeah. And then escape on a boat down the Thames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vote for that, or we just shoot him up. That ain't gonna go well.
I think probably some level of shooting them up is inevitable. It's kind of a question of when, at what stage, isn't it?
Yeah. But like, get on the boat, deal with any people that are there, locate the cargo, set the explosives. Once it gets loaded, detonate
it. When the ship pulls into dock, and they're doing the handover, that'll be when there are most people about, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
So when the target's going to be around, I suppose. If we go on the
we'd
boat,
be better off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. We could hit the boat before it docks, but then the target might not be there.
If we can find out which actual dock they're coming into at Tilbury, maybe we can get there first and set explosives around the place to go off while the handover's happening. So we don't actually have to rig the cargo at all until after we've dealt with the people on the dock.
Or we get on the boat, get in the cargo.
That's what I'm thinking.
And blow ourselves up.
Yes, you are on fire today. I am loving this energy.
That is an option. We could like wire up the dock, but there might be several cranes, and we don't know where exactly they'll be. And also, it's not guaranteed that it will kill the target. Whereas if you put the explosives in the cargo, they're going to open it up to check at some point once it's discharged. So that might be the prime moment to detonate it. And there'll be less people. So we have to locate where the ship is. That should be publicly available information. So that might be something Cat could do.
Yeah.
Right. We need gear. I think scuba is the way to get in.
Right. I mean, is the Thames still as volatile to swim in this?
We do not have time to get our beginner's scuba certificates.
We do. Got a day.
The leisure centre.
In the
we got a day.
pool.
No, I think we should scuba onto the boat, get in, find the cargo, plant the explosives, and get out.
Or we could attempt to pretend that we are part of the crew.
Masters on a little tugboat trying to steer the boat down the nice Thames to Tilbury Dock. That'll get us. Get you access onto the boat, because one of you's got to go on board to be the co-pilot, and gets us up and access onto the boat.
Yeah, infiltrate the port captain. Oh, brilliant! I love it.
There we go. Done. Saves us going to the leisure centre.
Okay. I like it. So I think there's two things we need. The gear will be explosives. I think we can agree on that, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So then, can we use the gear for explosives?
Yeah. Okay. So I guess the question is, which type of explosives? So you can go for shaped charges. So you could put those on like the cargo crates, and they'll explode inwards and just wreck whatever's inside, because the cargo crates themselves will be somewhat reinforced, especially if they're Hades Macrotech. Or you can just go for big bada boom explosives that will but they might not necessarily, they won't be able to punch through into.
But we're putting the explosives in the crate.
In the cargo. Yeah.
In the cargo. Okay.
It explodes outwards.
But it depends how much cargo there is.
Yeah, and if we can get into it.
So that brings to it the second piece of intel. I think should be the ship manifest, which is the details of the cargo loaded onto the ship and where it's located.
So to sort of like figure out how many containers there are.
That's right. So see where it's located and how many containers there are. If it's one container, easy peasy. If it's like several, then different story.
Yeah, exactly.
So can we use the intel for that?
So gear from Smith is appropriate and sufficient explosives to destroy a cargo. whatever it may be.
Ship to Price's church.
Yeah. I was going to suggest that, because it's safe. We can drop it off with Mabel.
Labeled as Bibles.
Do not shake.
Your church is going to be getting out its list of banned organisations on somebody's watch list.
Yeah, danger! Do not shake Bibles.
Yeah, this one up.
Holy water. That's right.
Holy water.
And the intel is the cargo manifesto.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be quite restricted information to get, and it's useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the manifest for a ship. Yeah.
Manifest. Yes. Okay. So that's absolutely fine. So you can use you would use the moves, reveal knowledge and produce equipment, and then that generates the cargo manifest. The comlink, the files that come through to your comlink, Cat, are a list of what's on the crate, what's on the ship, which container crates are expected to hold the cargo that you're after, and the and whatnot. So just to summarize, what is the plan before you start properly go into legwork and go fetch things? Because you've also not arranged getting there yet.
So I think what we need to do is Cat needs to go on the interweb and figure out where the ship is.
Yeah,
that should be public information.
I want to know where the ship is. That's my bit of research I'm going to do. As a bonus, I'd quite like to find out who this buyer is, because I feel like that piece of information could affect things. Like, who are we expecting to be expecting this cargo? So that would be a bit of bonus info if I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, so figure out where the ship is, and what we're trying to do is get on a tugboat or the equivalent of a port captain to get on board the ship. Okay. And that will get us on board the ship before it docks, if it's still in transit.
So
and
theoretically, then your driver needs to have a boat.
Or we ambush the actual port captain that's meant to go on that boat.
Yeah, because we'll need a getaway driver afterwards.
Yes.
So we need to get to Tilbury, then we're stealing a boat to get out to the ship.
Okay, so you could potentially drive to Tilbury, drive to the docks, get on the boat whilst it's docked, do your stuff, get back in get back in the vehicle you came in, and then dash away. Okay.
And then whilst we're on the ship, have planted the explosives.
Yeah.
And we need to then get away, and when the explosives get delivered to the dock, detonate and hope it kills Mr. Bad Guy.
And if not, we finish him off by whatever means necessary.
Yeah. A fire axe, I imagine.
I think that's the part of the plan that Bear's most interested in, is the dealing with the trolls. So his legwork is going to be based around researching this chap. I can't remember his name. It's Nikolai.
Balagnachov.
Nikolai, yeah. So learning about him and his fighting prowess.
In which case, Marcus, if you're putting the plan together, who is reaching out to speak to a friendly rigger?
We need a rigger for a boat, because probably none of us know how to ride a boat.
Well,
friend rigger.
Fundamentally, riggers, drivers. They're one.
Maybe Price would know a rigger, being a keen driver of a sedan himself.
A classic car convention group. Who's the dwarf we use a rigger?
I don't know.
Engineer, is it?
Engineer was more.
No, but she's bad.
Engineer.
Oh, well,
we're not really on good terms with them at the moment, are we?
She's underground at the moment.
Can Marcus be the one that knows the rigger?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know that whatever, given how hot it's going to be, you're gonna need what is almost the ideal vehicle, getaway vehicle in this case, is probably going to be like a tank.
Well, we're gonna use the boat as a getaway vehicle.
Use getaway. Okay.
Well, not if we need to go on land and finish the job.
But we're not going to do that because that's a death sentence.
So we are going to need a rigger with a boat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think unless because we're gonna put the explosives. I mean, we could check to see if it kills them and then shoot or whatever, and then get out. But it might be safer to just leave the explosive and then get out. I don't know, something like that.
What if he just
there'll be some chopping to do on the boat. We'll do some chopping.
Yeah.
So, how are you getting to the docks?
We're driving in Price's sedan.
Yes.
But then you'll be leaving the sedan behind.
That's fine, but it'll be on the other side of the dock, right? It'll be somewhere else. It'll be like in the public area of the dock.
Sure.
Well, we could leave it at one of the tourist places around there. We'll take it to one of the.
And then the one we hijacked, the small boat, will drive us back to some area, and we'll jump off and then go back in sedan and bugger off.
Okay.
The sedan with a broken window.
It's probably got some foxes living in it by then.
Does this make sense, Dan?
So you're driving in. So you aren't going to need a driver, is what you're saying.
Well, we do need one for the boat we're hijacking. Because what happens is when a cargo ship arrives at a port, the port captain goes up to meet them on their boat. So that's the moment we intercept the ship. We get on board, plant the cargo. Then when it docks, we take that smaller boat and go away. Car gets loaded. Boom. Job done.
I might suggest that your escape vehicle, like using the tugboat to get onto the ship and get onto the freighter in the first place, is fine. But the escape method probably needs to be a bit nippier. So potentially your rigger with a boat could just rendezvous with you, and then you jump onto his boat, fly away whilst fireworks, and then
and they're with you. You're right.
As an alternative, you could drive most of the way there, then jump in the rigger's boat to get to the docks. And then he's floating
that makes
about.
sense.
You could quietly go in on the speedboat, do your stuff. Then, so
I like that plan. I like that.
Price's car isn't anywhere near ground zero.
I think this is way more efficient. I think we should do that.
So that's the plan.
No, the plan is we drive most of the way. We meet up with our rigger who has a speedboat, sort of like a little bit away from Tilbury. He takes us to the boat. We do our thing. We escape on his speedboat, and then set off the explosives when they come into dock.
Okay. We will have to hijack the actual port captain, though.
Yeah.
And actually, our rigger technically has to replace said port captain, right? Because the job of a port captain is to bring the ship to dock.
Yeah. I'm not doing that.
So we actually need someone who can do it. That's why we need the rigger. So they do that, and then drive us off. Something like that. I don't know.
Right.
Sure. Okay. So Marcus is finding the boat rigger. So tell you what, I mean, this rigger appears to be a bit of a linchpin. So Marcus, if you could declare a contact, please. And
my contact will be Thompson, the rigger.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you declare contact, do I roll? I roll.
So you need to call in a favor from a new contact. So you've named them as Thompson.
Yes.
Why does Thompson owe you a favor, or why do you owe Thompson a favor?
I owe Thompson a favor because Thompson was working on a ship that took me from UCAS to Neo England, or whatever it's.
Okay.
Because I couldn't use commercial airlines.
In an armored speedboat, by any chance.
No, I couldn't use this speedboat. So I needed a discreet way to get from UCAS to Neo London, and I had to go via ship. And Thompson helped hide me on the ship.
Okay, that sounds good. Cool. In which case, yeah, if you add Thompson to your lists, are you meeting him in person or over the phone?
In person.
Okay. So
go to Canary Wharf.
Okay, so you head to. Okay, so you head to Canary Wharf. Tell me how the meeting comes to pass.
Probably meet at a old pub, old tavern, and I'd say, listen, Thompson, I owe you, all right? Now, I'm going to owe you even more because I need you to, it's really easy. Just pilot a ship for me, all right? We'll get on the ship. I'll put you on. You just dock it. That's all you got to do. Dock the ship. Easy. So and then get out on a fast boat.
So this is like an old pub, you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is realistically, this is kind of the next day, so it's kind of early-ish morning.
The morning, yeah.
And you're saying this, and sort of like, there's lots of hand gestures as you explain it, and then from the other side of the table to you, you see an orc looking back at you, just kind of sucking on one of his tusks. The orc opposite you is wearing this kind of sleeveless, like camo hoodie type thing, flat cap, comfy looking kind of jogging bottoms. There's like big muscly arms, kind of protruding from the sleeveless hoodie, covered in what appear to be kind of stylized dragon tattoos.
Nice.
And sort of like in the gangway next to your table, a chair's just kind of been discarded because kind of Thompson has just wheeled his wheelchair in its place, and he's just sat looking at you. Right, but what I'm wondering, Marcus, is but I'm happy to do this job for you, but I'm wondering when it is you're actually going to pay me for the last job that I did. I mean, it's not the transatlantic journey is an expensive thing, and I feel like my bank balance is missing the original payment.
I tell you what, you're absolutely right, Thompson. Beer's on me. All right, I'll pay. I'll settle your tab. I go to the landlord of the pub and go, I'll pay the drinks.
What you're gonna do, Marcus? Says Thompson. If you roll me a hit the street, civil play.
Hit the street.
Going to a contact for help.
Is that right? What do we want? Is this good? It's not good.
4.
Oh no.
Okay.
1 and a 2. That's rough.
So, this orc kind of like folds his arms as you come back, having paid his tab, and he's just kind of shaking his head. And that, Marcus, was the least you could do for me. But he growls, and I'll have to. So what you're saying is you need something that can travel down the Thames discreetly and like a bat out of hell.
Yeah, and I need you to just pilot a cargo ship for me.
Right.
Not very long, like 15, 20 minutes. Just pilot a cargo ship, no questions asked.
Right, well, I've got something in mind that I think is they'll be handy for you to use, but I'll have to haul some arse to make some last minute adjustments. I need to call some people, but tell you what, just to wet my whistle, let's call it 2 creds, and I'm yours for the night.
All right. Yeah. Yep. 2 cred. Here you go.
Okay.
There you go.
So, this orc snatches the creds, basically, could stick out your hand, right. And just so you know, Marcus, I have been added on interest for your little exodus from UCAS. But I'll give you an updated net total once we finish this mission. All right.
All right. This is just for this one. Yeah.
Yes, Marcus. This is just for this one. And he disappears. Sort of like he kind of finishes off his 10 a.m. beer, and then he kind of wheels himself out. And
I'll message the team and say, all right, got the driver, boat, captain, pilot, whatever, boat. Yeah.
So off the back of your hit the street, so Thompson does in fact start making calls to kind of gather the bits he needs for the last minute amendments to the vehicle that you'll be traveling in. Unfortunately, because of the nature of what he's asking for, that rouses some attention. It's relatively rare for someone to need to get that many kind of boat parts at such short notice. So unfortunately, the legwork clock advances. So
is the orc the guy who's going to be piloting the ship, or he's getting someone to do it first?
Yes, he's going to be piloting.
For anyone who's just listening and isn't on YouTube, he looks kind of like the captain from Jaws.
Yes.
Thick, grizzled, and gruff with the facial hair.
Lieutenant Dang, but in orc.
Yeah,
from Forrest Gump,
exactly.
but orc in Forrest Gump.
Brill. Okay, so you've managed to acquire a rigger. As an aside, sorry, what are Price and Bear doing during this legwork?
So Bear's just sort of wandering around various seedy bars and stuff, trying to strike up conversations about this Deathbringer character and trying to get a sense of how tough he actually is, because the name sounds scary, but Bear's not convinced. So,
is there anyone in particular that you're reaching out to? I suppose if you're kind of doing character investigation, you probably need to declare a contact and then also hit the street with them.
I don't know if it's a specific contact. It's more just like, I don't think anyone Bear knows would particularly know this. Like, I'm thinking of like Ferret and his other contacts that he uses a lot. I don't think that's really their world, but
no.
It's just more like with random.
You could do some.
Going to places where like dodgy people hang out.
Is this like research or reveal knowledge?
So it'd be research, because you've not got any intel to play with right now.
Actually, can Bear size up how much backup this guy's going to have? Like figure out, what guns, how many, what's their crew? That'd be useful.
Yeah, I'm going to be asking those questions. Yeah, as part of the.
I mean, in which case, because again, arguably, unless you can think of a reason why Ferret or Angus, your existing contacts, know, you could, I guess, declare a contact to generate an NPC that's kind of in that world, and then ask them about, have you been recruited, or have you heard about people getting drafted in? Because it sounds.
Can you use research? Because research is when you investigate a place, person, object. So it's using a library, dossier, database. Arguably, like going to a pub is like going to a library. Oh.
You can. So if you're kind of leading the research by yourself, like the investigation by yourself, then you could do a research. If you're reaching out to someone who you reckon might have been approached to be drafted into Balaghnachov's kind of hired guns, then that would be kind of name a contact and then hit the street.
Yeah, I think I'll just do research, because I can't see Bear knowing anyone in that world really.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm very guy's mind, so it's probably not going to be very good, but I'll give it a go.
Okay, so
yeah.
As a complication. So, you may ask me a question from the list.
Okay.
What's the relationship between Marcus and Jacob?
I think he's more interested in. So, what is most valuable to Deathbringer? Who or what is most valuable to Deathbringer?
Okay. Talking around kind of the seedier areas, you find out that Nikolai Balagnachov is this kind of self-styled, like black arms. He thinks of himself as like a black arms celebrity. He's very much like first Iron Man, Tony Stark before Afghanistan type thing. Like he's just like, yeah, the whole some people have named you the Merchant of Death. He's like, oh yeah, I like that. You hear from like talking around, because this guy isn't particularly subtle in the way he operates, but he's just very hard to pin down. The tag, like the nickname, the Deathbringer, you find out is actually self-gifted. And it would seem he's the sort of person where it seems that he's the only person who uses that name for himself.
Okay.
Right. And you kind of get the impression that the guy's a bit of a bozo, but he's just well connected, he's rich, and he, you know, for people with competence in that field, he's a useful asset. Just he's a bit of a wild card. So in terms of what's most important to him, it's like money, prestige, you know, in inverted commas, infamy. Like,
yeah, his reputation being taken seriously.
Yeah, the way, like, thinking back to the meet, the difference between Nikolai in his flash kind of jacket, gold-plated gun versus like that other chap, Jacob, who was very kind of discreet in a way. Like, it's just night and day, the differences between the two of them. So, yeah, given how important money is to, like, money and prestige and infamy is to Nikolai, he's going to want this to go off. Like, he's going to want this deal to happen. You kind of get the impression that he's dumb enough to do it, like, regardless of the cost, kind of thing. As long as he can get away with it, he'll do it.
Okay. Great. It's useful to know.
I will answer your question and then make a move. Your investigations through the pubs, through the seedier areas of London, quite simply, draw some attention. The legwork clock advances.
Oh dear, it's going up rather fast.
Stop! Stop it.
So the legwork
I'm going to stop doing legwork now.
Legwork clock advances. So at this point, at 9 o'clock on the legwork clock, unbeknownst to you, Nikolai hears definite but unconfirmed rumors of a plan of resistance, and it also advances the action clock.
Ah, bad.
Okay, so that is Bear. So you've got some info on Nikolai. Price, is there anything you're doing?
I imagine he's just picking up the explosives from the church, really, that Marcus had delivered there. But in order to just go with the theme of how it's all going to run and those bits and pieces, Mabel has got me boxes, but she's only got 2 in the back of her car because she can only fit 2 in the back of the car. She's going to drop off at the church. She's given 1 to Rosemary, who's gone to pick up the flowers to decorate the church for him. So I'm chasing Rosemary around town, trying to find out where she's put them. Found that she's already at the church. She's got the scouts to put the box into the church, so the kids have dropped it off in the church. He's run into the church, got his shoes, had to clean the floor. Got the box opened up. Oh my word! It's just a full cupboard full of all of the different communion wafers and wines. Which one have they put it in? I have to put it all over. Throw it out, run through the church with a bag of explosives that I've got to then get back into the sedan, trying to keep calm, be nice to Rosemary and Mabel for taking delivery of the packages for me, and then just get out.
Okay.
Amazing.
Sounds good.
Can Price do some grocery shopping for us?
Oh my god! What do you want?
Marcus phones Price. Hey, Price, get some med kits.
Some what?
Med kits, in case you get shot.
Where
Trauma
from?
kits.
That's not groceries.
That's not grocery shopping.
That's
I thought you got
boots.
like tobacco to make it look like sailors more or something.
No, listen, you can buy it anywhere. You can buy it anywhere. Any good arms dealer has one. Oh, wait a second.
Where do I find an arms dealer?
I mean, I hear there's a good one called Nikolai.
I'll send you my contacts, the Brass Fairy.
You want me to go and meet the Brass Fairy?
I'll come with you.
A trunk for the right.
Yeah.
You go to the Brass Fairy?
Why not?
Kat wanted to go to the Brass Fairy as well.
Oh, go,
Pick her up on the way.
Okay.
I imagine Ben like shouts down the phone, can I get me another bag of grenades? Please.
Right, so
yeah.
Make sure it's a carrier bag price. I like being able to swing it.
I'm at the grocery store. I'll pick you up a carrier bag while I'm there.
So,
hey, get some body armor if you want it.
Okay.
Right. So
you might get shot.
If I get the body armor, or if I don't get the body armor?
Both.
Okay.
So you pick up Cat for moral support, because
yes, both.
His price just crying, having a mental breakdown in the car.
just tears.
So the two of you kind of follow Marcus's directions. You find, you find sort of like a guy just kind of sat. He looks quite disheveled. Cat, you kind of take one look at him and go, "Oh, this guy's homeless." It's clear that he's not able, isn't in a position to kind of care for himself. So there's a very straggly beard. His clothes are dirty and mucky. He looks kind of thin. And when you're asking around for the Brass Fairy, he looks up to you and, "Oh yeah, love, yeah, she's having cream tea up with the rest of the with some friends." And he gives you an address to this kind of little cafe. You make your way there, and sure enough, as you arrive, sort of like the door opens, ding-ling-ling, like a little bell goes, and out of this kind of cream tea, like tea and scone type cafe, comes this troll, this lady troll pushing what looks like one of those little, kind of little push pram, like shopping push pram type things.
Yes.
She comes, she ducks her head out the door, and as she comes out, like a number of other old trolls kind of come out as well, and she, "Oh my darling, yeah, see you, love, yeah," and they all kind of disperse, and then this kind of hulking figure in a little raincoat looks up to you and, "Oh, can I help you, darlings? You look kind of lost."
Miss Fairy?
She looks to you and just kind of gives you this, frankly, horrifying grin. And she, "Oh, you're not lost at all, are you, little birds?"
Is there a good place we can talk?
"Yeah, absolutely. Come this way, darling. Come this way." And she kind of starts trundling down the path. As you follow her, she's doing that. She's just talking about the weather and talking about the news, but in such a way that she never really lets you have an opportunity to respond to her little kind of rambling. She's just kind of off, effectively.
Is this troll wearing like a blonde wig and a dress with like flowers on it?
No, it's a lady troll. So she's got like a raincoat on. She's got one of those kind of clear plastic hair bonnets.
Yeah.
And
nice.
And the thing is, because she's troll sized, like the push tram, the push kind of shopping trolley thingy that she's got, like the shopping pram, is also troll sized. So it's big, right? It's almost like a warehouse trolley, like moves crates around, kind of thing. But yeah, she takes you to this kind of secluded little park in between, like in the residential area. So there's a couple of benches there.
Kids playing.
Yeah, there's a statue of someone from London history that's just been heavily kind of defaced with graffiti and a bit broken. The plaque's been torn off, and it's just covered in kind of pigeon shit. As Brass Fairy kind of opens up her shop, I'm gonna need one of the two of you to hit the street, presumably Price. By all means, you can link up with Price, Ellie, if you want to try and help out.
Yeah.
So it's if you do a help or interfere, and if you're rolling with Price, it's a +2.
Okay. Help.
You're doing that first before I hit.
Yeah. Just
right. So if I do it, do we then add 2 mentally, or? Can I do it?
Well, so it'll prompt you.
Wait a minute. It'll prompt me. Plus, so 2. 7.
7. Okay. So, price. Witch's cat. But the time it's taking to get to this park, kind of witches. Like Ellie's been chatting, doing her best to, like she's been doing that. And kind of looking like she's really kind of into the conversation with Brass Fairy. That helps. That kind of warms her up to you a little bit. So you get to take +1 on your hit the streets. If anything happens, though, Ellie is implicated as well. So if you do a hit the street, and then this tells you the specifics of, but it's a +1 to take it to 7.
Thank God.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh,
Holy
she wasn't entirely sure about you. I expect that. Oh, she's a darling, isn't she? Okay, so partial success. You get so you get what you want, and however, choose 2 from the list below.
Okay. We could help her out with something, couldn't we?
Yeah, because we're the actual nice sort of people who would do something stupid like that.
So probably, I don't think we've got time. Again, we're on a bit of a clock, so we can't let it take time to put together. We've already got quite a lot of attention. That legwork clock is looking hot. So I'm going to propose, what do you think, Price? Cost extra and need to do something for her.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
Cost extra, and the contact needs you to help them out with something if you turn them down.
And if we turn them down, we get -1.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Brass Fairy looks to you and so as she opens up her shop, she says to you, I do have to warn you, dearies, that you see, times have been hard. The cost of living is a bit crazy right now, isn't it? So, it's a bit of a crisis. So, unfortunately, to make ends meet, I've had to up the prices of some of the stuff that I've got, but I still assure you of its premium quality. So, it's going to cost you a little bit extra, but also I've got a little favour to ask at the end. As I say, times are hard. So you tell me what you want first, and then I'll tell you what I want in return.
Right.
Marcus will pull out a bit of crumpled paper from his pocket that he's written down all the stuff Marcus while he was trying to drive and write scrawly.
She leans over and is that Marcus West? Oh, the cowboy. Oh, he's a lovely chap. He is. Are you his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, you both got the same nose. What are you and Marcus after then?
A handbag of grenades.
Right.
Tesco bag.
Tesco bag of grenades. Sorry, Tesco bag of grenades. Apparently, it's a regular item on the shopping list.
Right. Yeah.
A suit of body armor. Did you want one as well, Kat?
I'm all right for body armor. Cheers. Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So just one for me then.
Do you want a armored vest or a body armor? Because armored vest is 1 armor, body armor is 2 armor, and armored clothing is 0 armor. But you -1 armor.
Kat's already got the armored clothing because it's discreet. So so you take 1 off your harm move.
So
I've got an armored coat thing.
Yeah, so body armor would be like
so
you see the NLPD wearing like Kevlar and arm pad. Like it's big, it's clunk.
It's noticeable, isn't it?
Yeah.
I might go for one of those because for certain missions like this, I feel like I need to put something like that on.
Can Marcus request one as well? Can you advance credit for him?
Wow. So Price, you're getting Tesco bag of grenades.
Tesco bag of grenades.
2 armored coats, is it? Or just
armored
body
vest
armor?
Jackets, weren't they?
No, two body armor.
Oh, actual 2 body armors. Oh, wow.
Are you getting body armor, Price?
I feel, yes. I've got like spine.
Who else is wearing body armor?
Panic senses are kicking in.
Can Price get one for Marcus?
Bear won't wear one with it. Yeah, I'll get one for Marcus and me, and You don't want one, Kat? I'm not going to wear this all the time. I'll just keep it in the boot of the sedan.
So, as you're going through, the bag of grenades, dear, that's going to cost you 3 cred.
Ooh. Shit.
Right.
And because you've been sent on a shopping trip, people can just funnel money to you. The bag of grenades will cost you 3 quid. Really difficult to get those little darlings in. Now the body armor, they're going to cost you 2 cred each.
Oh wow!
So you're up to 7.
I don't have any money.
Nor do I for that. 2 cred each.
At 7.
Times are hard, dear. Cost of living crisis.
Well, tell you what, I'll get Bear carry a bag of lemons. He won't know of kiwis. He won't know the difference. So save us some money on that.
Well, bear in mind, say Bear. Like, if anyone wants to, so Bear's got like 10 creds.
Can send. I've got 10 creds, so I can send as much money as we need.
This is
Mark can send it off for me.
I've got loads at the moment as well, so I can front a bit of money for someone else.
Okay then. So we won't get you a bag of kiwis. We'll get you a bag of grenades.
How benevolent
if I'm paying for stuff. Yeah.
You paying for stuff, yeah.
So the grenades and the 2 body armors take us up to 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Cat is feeling a bit rattled by some of their recent missions and feeling a little bit squishy, a little bit vulnerable when things get hot. So she's going to ask the Brass Fairy if there's any personal protection type weapons that will ideally fit a silencer as well.
Absolutely, darling. I mean, I've got sidearms, hunting weapons. I've got. I mean, I suppose it just depends on how safe you want to be. I've got this beautiful assault rifle.
I mean, that feels a bit large.
Right.
Something a little bit down from that.
Right. Well, I've got And she has a little look around. Tell you what, semi-automatic pistol, 1 previous owner.
Right. What about like a heavy pistol?
I could give you a heavy. If you reckon you fancy the recoil of a heavy pistol, darling, you could have one of those, my bird.
Oh, that's a good point.
Nah, but
no.
That's a real statement piece, an heavy pistol.
maybe this.
Really, I don't know. Maybe it's really going to put a dampener on someone's day.
And I can put a silencer on that. Can I?
An SMG would be cool.
I mean,
it's got auto fire.
Yeah. Crossbow. I could have a sniper rifle, couldn't I?
Slightly redundant if you're screaming while you fire it. But
you can go for a rifle.
Yeah. A rifle?
That'd be cool.
Take an assault rifle or a hunting rifle, something like that.
I mean, I've got an SMG, and she pulls out what is effectively like an Uzi cum machine pistol type thing. Yeah, okay. You can squeeze a silencer on that. Yeah, real discreet. No one will know you're firing it at all.
So
just like in the movies, love.
Mechanically, what would that mean? Because like a heavy pistol will do 3 harm, but an SMG will do 2 harm, but has auto fire. What does that effectively mean?
Auto fire basically means you can elect to add like the area tag when you're shooting it. So if there's a group of people in front of you, then you can just spray the area. But then then the reload tag kicks in, and you have to like spend some time reloading your gun.
Yeah, you can hit everyone in an area basically.
So a heavy pistol will take out a person potentially. Yeah. But you can spray and pray with an SMG.
Gives you a blast radius in your weapon shooting.
It becomes an AOE gun.
Yeah.
For all intents and purposes.
I'm having real trouble deciding. Can someone help me?
SMG.
You all think SMG?
Yeah, I think it.
Or if you get to the situation you need to use it, I think you'd do it against multiple people to get
them.
So, I mean, potentially, if you're using it as part of mix it up, your objective might well just be, I want to make everyone keep their heads down.
So it's even suppressing fire is quite useful.
Suppressive fire!
That's cool. Suppressive fire. So she's going to ask for the SMG and a silencer.
And a silencer, that'll be 3 credits, darling.
Actually, machine pistol and SMG are the same, so maybe machine
credits.
Pistol. Oh, it's the same.
Yeah.
They are the same thing, essentially, aren't they? Yeah. Maybe a machine pistol.
If anything, perhaps you choose the machine pistol because you think back to that picture of Nikolai and that gold-plated machine pistol he had.
Let's go machine pistol.
Sweet.
Okay. Do you need any money, Kat?
I'm good. I'm good for money. Thank you.
Presumably, we all owe you like 4 months' rent.
No. I've got the creds to cover it. Thank you, though.
Okay, so you're up to 10 creds so far in this purchase. Anything else?
Medical. That's what
I actually going to buy the med kits.
That's the thing we came for.
Yeah, we got sidetracked with shiny stuff.
Right.
Right. Always the way when you go shopping.
Right. So
price. I owe you 2 cred.
What?
The med kits.
I owe you 2 cred.
Right. Okay.
I've got some. Let me have a look through. And she starts kind of rifling through the little kit that she's got. So I've got some EMT kits. I've got one EMT kit. That's a pretty bulky thing right here. I've also got some trauma derms for quick pain relief. And she pulls out what looks like this ghastly looking syringe type thing. Slam that on and you won't even know what day it is anymore. It's lovely stuff it is.
Price starts rolling his sleeve up.
So yeah, trauma derms. So basically, EMT is like a big bulky kit that helps for everything. Trauma derms are like med packs, if you will. They're the ones that you can carry around with you. So it's just like, I've been shot. Like stab something into your neck to remove the pain. Yeah, so she's got as many trauma derms as you want. They're 2 credits each because times are hard. The EMT kit is 3 creds. She got one.
Right, so we should definitely get an EMT kit and maybe a trauma derm kit.
Who's going to carry that? Is that like a giant Ghostbuster pack that you wear, or is it like a trolley?
It's the sort of thing where, like, EMT kits would normally be like wall mounted. You lay something out in front of it and just like. So you wouldn't realistically like the EMT would like be on the boat or in the car or something.
Trauma derms you can use up until someone gets to 9 o'clock on their harm clock, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but an EMT kit is any time if they're like bleeding out, you can use it.
Yeah, if you had an arm blown off, then a trauma derm's not really going to help. But if you like shot or stabbed, then that will do it.
Get 1 trauma derm. That's it.
It's
quite pricey.
Okay.
Sure.
Beautiful. Right, so that I might recommend that as a grand total of 12 credits, darling. But then also, as I've been saying occasionally here and then, cost of living crisis, the price of electric is astronomical right now, isn't it, darlings? So, and also with NLPD running around, they've been causing havoc on my trade routes, on my supply lines. So I've heard that there's this big old shipment of weapons coming into the docks very, very soon. Now I've heard that there's some juicy merchandise that's coming in. Now, if you're able to, I don't know, slip a couple of those juicy merchandises to your old friend Brass Fairy, then I can stay in business, you can stay well stocked, and we'll call it even. How's about that, darlings?
She starts drinking from a thermos.
I mean, Ellie's just quite relieved because she assumed Brass Fairy was going to ask for a date with Marcus. So, which would have been a tough sell. But yeah, we can steal a bit from the cargo we're destroying. That's fine.
Yeah.
Call it, I don't know, because they usually come in like weapons containers. You get racks of whatever inside. So call it 1 crate. I reckon I could turn that over nicely. Not one of the big containers, just a small crate. It's probably got about 10 or 20 tons in it or something like that. That'd be lovely. Darling.
We'll do our best, Miss Fairy.
You better do your best, darling, because that's the only thing I accept. Totally fair, isn't it? I do my best for you, you do your best for me. I get guns, you get guns. Lovely jobs. All right, are we done here, darlings? I've got another tea date.
Yes, thank you.
It's like how Brad's Fairy spends her day just chain drinking tea, eating scones.
Oh, it's an hard life. But my little bird, it really is right. Well, I better be gone now. I don't like being in one place for too long. Ta-ta-ta! See you later, darlings. Bye-bye.
A book club to get to.
It's book club. Right.
Okay. And so with that, the troll packs up a little trolley cart and she trundles off into the rain.
Right.
And
is that 3 creds each, or and I'm fronting yours, Marcus, or is it?
You're fronting mine. Thank you very much.
And you're giving it back when you get paid.
Is there anyone you don't owe money to, Marcus?
So I'm getting the machine pistol and silencer, which is 3 creds, and I can buy the traumaderms for 2. Is it 2 creds for the traumaderms? So that's 5 from me.
Sweet.
And if I'm getting the 2 bodysuits, that's 4.
I paid 3 for my grenades.
That's 12.
That's it. And then you'll give me 2 back later, Marcus, when it all goes to plan.
Yeah. Yeah, price. No problem.
Okay.
When. Confident use of the word when.
Start my tab.
Last but not least, for the last bit of legwork, Witcher's Cat. Are you still looking at doing some matrix diving for where the ship?
Yeah, I totally am.
Good.
Are you jumping on the matrix to do so?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, so I think in this case, we can just call it a research as you're using the matrix
Sure.
as your data.
Yeah. So when I do need to jack into the matrix. When I use research to search internally or externally stored data, gain an extra intel on a hit is one of my things I get. So does that apply here?
So which one's that? Sorry.
So that's my neural interface with data storage under cyberware.
Under cyberware. When you use research to search internally or externally stored data.
So presumably I need to jack in to do that. So I need to roll my console cowboy and then...
So the console cowboy is on when you jump into a secure system.
Oh, right.
So
no probs.
Because you're just saying public domain. Yeah, no need to worry about that.
No. I'll just do research then.
Just do research, and then
Okay.
on a hit you'll gain additional intel.
Okay. It's an
Yes.
8. Partial success.
Okay. So you take 2 intel.
Yeah. 2 intel. Thank you.
Sweet. That's good.
So, I guess I get to ask you a question.
Correct.
That is like, where's the ship, I guess? Where would I find the ship?
Sure.
So like, I want to know about its route and where we'd expect to intercept it.
Yeah, that's fair. So off the back of that, you can immediately convert one of those intels into like the arrival time of the ship. Obviously, it's going to be coming kind of up the Thames to dock in Tilbury before turning around and heading back out into the Channel. But off the back of that, yeah, you'll know exactly what time it will be at any given spot along the mission. So you'll be able to accurately target it at a specific point.
Okay.
And your second intel, which you can use now or save for later.
I could save it for later, couldn't I? I've got essentially got 2 questions. I'm wondering, like, who's on the ship? Like, what kind of, like, is there anything anyone surprising or really dangerous apart from Nikolai? Is Nikolai going to be on the ship, presumably?
You suspect, well, all you know is that he's going to be
around
at the meet, kind of like
yes.
So
like, I think my question would be, who would we expect to be on the ship? Because that could be useful info from a preparedness point of view and from a sort of fast talking point of view. If we have a bit of a sense of sort of authenticity about why we're sort of trying to board and everything. So that would be one potential question. And the other one I was sort of interested in is, who is the buyer? But that feels a bit less important. So I could use my intel now to find out about who's on the ship, if anyone has any objections, or we could save it.
I mean, we could guess that generally there'll be a captain, there'll be first mate, and then there'll be a bunch of crew.
Some of whom we know are probably in the employ of Nikolai.
Yeah.
I reckon they're in the employ of Jacob, because it's Jacob who's transporting the stuff to give to Nikolai, isn't it?
Maybe. Could be.
You could look into the crew and see whose peril they're on, and what kind of gear they have.
That was kind of my thinking. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the question?
I mean, none of those questions fully encapsulates it. I mean, the question is like, who is on the boat, essentially?
Sure.
Yeah. Or maybe it's something to do with the who owned or employed X question. Like,
so like in terms of who's on the boat, you find so Anton pretty much was on the money, so like captain,
first mate,
like what you'd expect. There seems to be a higher number of crew than you would expect on a ship like that. You look at it and kind of immediately chalk it up as like security. Off the back of your questions, so I guess you jump onto sort of like the darknet, have a little scramble around on some of the message boards there. You see reports from sort of like northern, like basically kind of hackers and runners in kind of northern Europe, that there was a bit of a kerfuffle when a ship left one of their docks, because there was the manifestos didn't quite line up, and like the personnel logs didn't quite line up, but it must have been like it seemingly kind of got brushed under the carpet, but it was noted that there were like the amount of weaponry on the crew seemed a lot higher, so they were like, oh, some corporation must be moving some assets about, it's a really important thing.
Right.
But yeah, we're not taught, what you gather is the crew aren't running around with just like pistols kind of thing, like light arms. It
right.
seems like they are armed.
Right. So however we approach this, we've got to be careful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they're packing some punch.
Right. Okay.
And the cherry on the cake is that there is chatter that one of the pieces of cargo being delivered, something they saw getting loaded onto the ship, was some sort of crazy looking, it looked like a prototype, but it was like a power armor of some sort, like proper UCAS military heavy grade, like power armor, like the cool stuff.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Bear's gonna get into that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Get away from her, you.
So, with that all said, are you happy with that?
That's my second intel gone. That's perfect. Cool. Thanks.
Okay. So, with all said and done, the legwork phase is coming to a swift end. So, last but not least, Marcus, at the end of it, you love it. So, here's the plan. So, you're planning a mission. So, the mission itself, like the action phase, what are the tasks you're assigning to everyone, and anyone who sticks religiously to these tasks get +1 going forward.
All right, here's what I think should happen. All right, we're going to intercept the port captain. All right, knock him out, replace him with our rigger. All right, the whole team gets on board the cargo ship. Rigger will go and either act as the port captain. Cat and Price, I recommend you stay with the rigger. All right, try and, I don't know, do your mind control or try and get some info. Do what you need to do, just to make sure that stays quiet. Me and Bear are going to go down, try and find the container in which the cargo is stored, break it open, plant the explosives, knock out any security that follows us, all right? And then extract, all right? All right, we'll stay in a safe place when the cargo docks, watch and see if the container gets loaded. If we see our target numero uno, all right, blow him up. And then we get out, all 5 of us, onto the boat. Sound good?
Yeah, if you feel we have to stay with the rigger, that's fine. Or if you'd rather us all stay together, I don't mind.
I think we need to control both elements, unless you want to split it up different. Like maybe I stay with the port captain, and then you go down with the cargo.
I feel like the two sort of respectable-ish looking talky people should probably be the on-deck distraction
that's fine.
for the officials, and then the...
If you feel we need it, then yeah, okay.
Or we do 50-50.
Cat would be able to open doors remotely if we needed hacking doing, hopefully.
We should all be on comms, definitely.
Yeah. Like if we come up against a security door or something that we can't open.
How about...
Yeah.
Do we want Bear and Cat to go open the container, and I stay with Price?
I mean, it's probably going to be guarded, right?
Yeah, it's going to be guarded.
Yeah, I think we need the firepower probably in case it all goes.
Sure. We can call you in if we need be. All right.
Yeah. It's okay.
So
are we happy with the split?
So you're all getting onto the ship. Cat and Price are going to be kind of up at the deck, effectively turn the deck into the command room to control things from afar. Marcus and Bear are going to be the tip of the spear, just going through, making a mess. Find the gear, plant the bombs, and then we'll make a getaway on Thompson's speedboat, like armored speedboat.
Bear and I are going to pretend. Sorry, Bear and I are going to pretend to be inspectors, right? We're going to have to inspect as we do, customs, phytosanitary. We're going to be wearing the yellow jackets, and then that's how we're going to, get on our way.
Ellie and Price, whilst Marcus is laying out this plan, do you offer? Do you inform him of your additional objective?
Oh, yes. I think an honest team is a cohesive team. With openness and transparency in all things. Marcus, funny little addition to the plan, just let me know what you think. Yeah. Brass Fairy was quite insistent that she wanted a piece of this cargo, like a small crate or something, in exchange for all the gear she's given us. So we thought You
told her about the cargo?
She knew about it.
She knew about it already. Yeah, and she was pretty determined that she'd have a piece of it. So we're just going to take a box, if that's all right. So could you take a box rather than blow it up?
Yeah, we can take a box.
Okay, thank you.
So
you'll be carrying this box, will you, Marcus?
Thank you, Bear, for carrying it.
Right, I get it. Price pays for stuff, Bear carries stuff.
With the right mindset, Matt, any weapon, any item can be a weapon. Massive heavy weapons grade. Okay.
Can I roll my thing? It's called I Love It When a Plan Comes Together. At a start mission, roll edge, and based off that, I get some hold.
Well, what we'll do with the plan in mind, so the plan has been set. So to reaffirm, speedboat sneak aboard the ship via the tugboat type thing.
Yes.
Price and Cat will be the command center. Marcus and Bear will find the container with the cargo. They now have to crack it open, retrieve at least one crate of weapons from inside.
Yes.
Blow the rest, get that crate and the rest of you to safety via armored speedboat. That is the plan.
That is the plan.
Well, rig the rest to blow. We're not blowing it straight away.
Yeah. Rig the rest to blow. Yeah. Hopefully blow it when Nikolai is within range.
That's right.
Okay.
Did you? Okay. Yeah.
So with the plan in mind, let's grab a 10-minute break.
Okay.
And we'll come back for the action phase.
All right.
See you in 10.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to support the Explorers of Elsewhere Shadowrunner Network.
Welcome back, runners.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
We have a plan.
We have a plan.
Who would like to enact the plan?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right.
Let's go.
First things first. Marcus.
Roll my thing.
roll your I love it when a plan comes together.
Let's do it. That sucks.
It's a 6.
It's a
Drive the boat into the boat.
You still get hold.
I get 1 hold, but your opponent has predicted your every move. The MC will advance the
No,
legwork clock.
come on.
It's almost like you've got a nemesis on board this mission.
Oh,
God.
no.
I don't know if we've ever got the legwork clock up so high, have we, before?
No, this is the first
pretty
time.
high.
Marcus gains 1 hold. The legwork clock goes
But
up.
legwork is fine, because I think legwork affects like the pay at the end.
Legs at 10.
The legwork clock is now at 10.
And if they get to midnight, we lose instantly, right? Is that how it works?
A SWAT team descends on our position or
Yeah.
something.
Stuff goes bad.
Okay,
So-
like a GTA. Do I get an arcane hold before every mission?
I believe you do.
Nice.
Oh, really? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So with my hold, I can basically make gear appear right here, right now. Or I can just rock up right here, right now.
Yes.
You can just teleport. It's great.
Pretty much.
Right.
So, so you're welcomed aboard this what looks like a speedboat, but there's an armored carapace. It's angular, black, low to the water. It looks very sleek, surprisingly roomy inside. In the sort of like the driver's seat, if you will, you see Thompson. And he welcomes you onto the ship as you climb aboard. He kind of slaps the side of the vehicle, the inside of the ship, and the pixie dream. It's the best way to travel on water, he says.
Dream.
And as you look around, it looks relatively spacey, but a lot of that room is taken up. There's almost like there is what appears to be a little hatch on the top. Very similar to like a tank hatch, and it appears that it kind of when someone gets in it and it folds out, there is a large mounted machine gun in the ship, and he notices some of you looking at it, and that's just in case of emergency, he says.
Right, Thompson, did I mention the word discreet at any point in this?
Don't worry. The pixie dream purrs like a kitten or roars like a lion, whichever I want her to.
Right.
And he hands you a device and says, even the most basic of civilian vehicles are going to have some sort of computer system in. So you plug this in, and I'll be able to control that tugboat remotely.
So we have a device.
Yeah. So he can basically guide you lot in on the tugboat. He can be speaking via comms to the cargo freighter. Okay, so sure enough, as you head up like east along the Thames towards Tilbury, it's in inverted commas in stealth mode, so you're going relatively slowly. But the Pixie Dream, this boat just kind of carves through the Thames water, and in the cover of night,
It's night.
You know that the ship's would be almost undetectable unless someone sees it coming. So as you arrive at the docks, unbeknownst to you, Marcus, your plan that's been being put together arouses a bit more suspicion. You're right, Jake. It's almost as if someone from who knows Marcus is related to this mission.
Yep.
So,
nice looking brother.
As you arrive at Tilbury Docks, and you can see, so Kat, actually, because you have the manifesto of when, or the timings of when things are going to arrive, at what point of the boats, like, are you timing it so you can intercept like the dockmaster's tugboat type thing before it gets to the ship, or as it arrives at the ship, or what?
Maybe before.
Yeah, before I would think.
On the tugboat.
Less suspicious for the people on the big ship if we've already commandeered it when we're outside.
We're knocking the actual port captain out.
Sure. Okay. In which case, so Thompson pulls the boat up to sort of like the drop-off point, and who's leading the charge to kind of get to the dockmaster and the tugboat and whatnot? You're
So I mean,
commandeering a vessel, right?
Bear and Marcus will probably jump on board and knock them out.
Okay, that sounds like it's a mix it up with the
Fair.
objective of commandeering the vote.
I'll knocking out is my speciality, so
sure. In which case, so as the two of you kind of sneak aboard, and realistically, these kind of dock workers have no real reason to expect that Shadowrunners are coming to ruin their nights. So Bear, roll me a mix it up as you kind of creep into the cockpit to where the dockmaster is.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yes.
So
13.
You sneak in. Marcus kind of sneaks off as well to find the first mate, and as you kind of make it into the captain's deck, at the last moment, this dockmaster turns around and wait, what? As you bonk. And are you using the sharp or the blunt end of your axe?
Oh, the maybe just my head actually. Just like
okay,
nice.
Yeah, you jump and vault off one of the consoles and bam, like a scud missile, and knock the.
We don't want to actually kill him, do we? So.
No, knock the dockmaster out. Okay, so, you successfully achieve your objective, and the tugboat is now yours. The four of you are able to get off Thompson. Well, the other two of you are able to get off Thompson's ship onto this now pirated kind of guide tugboat, and you've commandeered the vessel. You've effectively wirelessly plugged Thompson in.
Yellow jackets on, everyone. Yellow jacket.
You put
yellow jacket on.
Flashy thing, yeah.
Okay, so
duffel bag full of weapons, but duffel bag. Okay.
As you kind of start putting on your fluorescent coats, like your high-vis coats, Kat, you're the one that notices a distinct. And as you think, and as you look skywards, you see a blinking red light in the sky, like in the night sky above you. And you realize that there are small flying, like rotor drones in the area. You did not know that you weren't expecting that, but it seems that someone has drone support kind of in the area, so they have if nothing else, there are eyes in the sky.
Oh dear.
And as you bring that to everyone's attention,
let everyone know. Yeah.
Marcus, as you look up, you've got sort of like super duper cyber eyes, right?
Yeah, I do have night vision.
So
magnification, I think.
Magnification. So you're able to turn on your infrared, your night vision, and as you magnify in, it is a small drone. It's about the size of a cat. It's not very big, but it's one of those with sort of like the four rotors that kind of give it the maneuverability. So they look relatively flimsy, because they're so precarious. But you do notice that on each of these drones is what appears to be like a small pistol-sized weapon. And they're obviously, given that they're kind of buzzing around, they're kind of wireless, so you assume that there must be a drone rigger operating these as they kind of buzz around the area, just kind of looking around the ship. That's
all right. Price, you'll be acting as port captain. Kat, Bear, and myself are customs agents. That gives us the right to go and inspect any cargo on that ship. All right. Kat, make us a fake document, please. Quick. Sorry, should have thought about it. Make us a letter. Let's go.
With what?
No. Sounds like something
I haven't got a little printer mounted to my desk.
No, it's on a data pad.
You want what?
Okay. That sounds like something that Marcus's hold can generate. In a pinch.
Do I need a piece of gear right here? No, I don't want to use that. No, we just want a shitty letter. We're gonna bluff with it.
Okay.
God.
So you make it to the cargo freighter. It's one of those, very typically long kind of freighter things with big old containers stacked up. You can see some of the cranes on the dock starting to kind of come to life as this freighter cargo freighters slowly kind of pulled into dock, but everything's still loaded on the ship at this moment. Nothing's on the dock. Yeah, as you make it up, you split off into your two respective teams.
Do we get greeted by the crew?
So you're greeted by the captain,
first mate.
First mate, who welcomes you aboard. Just like a very kind of nondescript, plain-looking human man who kind of welcomes you aboard. It stinks of tobacco.
We show him Cat's notepad. Customs
we
inspection.
Have actual documentation to get us on the boat, weren't there? There will be.
We don't use paper. We got like a Word document that says Customs Inspection Authority.
I guess maybe there's something on the tugboat, like Jake says, that we could use.
Because we are now just doing what the tugboat was meant to be doing.
Yes. You use the official documents from the tugboat.
Okay. Use that
on a kind of compad. But the first mate of the cargo freighter is someone. Yeah, sure, go ahead. He says as you start kind of doing your business. And as you kind of look, I say it's just this like aisles, like just corridors between these kind of stacked cargo crates. They're all kind of locked down, magnetically locked down. You can see that there's a number of kind of wheeled stair type things to kind of get you to various levels and so on and so forth. It all looks relatively automated. So first things first, Ellie and Price, you make your way left as Marcus and Bear make their way right, as you make your way to like the captain's deck.
Yep.
And as you kind of poke your head in, he's kind of busy. He's in a chair, like leaning back, feet up on the console, just kind of flicking through his comlink, like reading news, presumably. But what do you do as you kind of poke your heads into the cockpit?
Jake?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, right, okay.
Do we schmooze him or do we ask him?
Avast there, me hearty. How you doing? No. Is that not how we talk? No, is that not sailor talk? Okay.
He's getting on the floor, Jake. That'll convince him.
Okay.
You could give him a bottle of whiskey. That might help.
Hi, we're here to drive the boat into port. Do you want to relinquish control?
The captain of this cargo freighter kind of looks up to you and, what, do you not expect that I can do it for you?
No, I'm just following protocol, but do you reckon you can do it?
No, of course. I've been doing this for 20 years, my friend, he says, and he gets up and, which dock are we heading into?
That one over there.
Right, okay. He was expecting a number,
which one are we headed into?
Four.
Dock number 4, please.
He said, he starts kind of navigating like with the aid of the tugboat, and sort of like you start kind of getting pulled into the dock. Quiet night, he says.
Yep.
Dan, as Julia, I'm saying this. Are the security sort of to be seen at the moment, or does it feel quite quiet on deck?
So, in your immediate area, like you can see that there are a number of screens, like in the room with you that are linked up to cameras that are looking at the cargo deck. And yes, you can see like a number of crew just kind of ambling about. You notice that there's quite a lot of crew milling about.
Are there any cameras on Marcus and Bear at the moment? Can we see them on the security camera footage?
They are on one of the cameras. Yeah, you can see them kind of waiting for like they're about to head down a stairwell kind of thing.
In that case, if Price can keep the captain distracted, I would like to knock out that particular camera, make it look like it's just malfunctioning.
Okay, no worries. You also, from your vantage point, you can see the dock, and the dock's kind of lit up somewhat. You can see there's quite a lot of activity on the dock as well. There's groups of people just kind of milling about near one of the kind of like warehouses and amongst all the cranes that would pull the cargo off the ships. And there's more people there than you were expecting. It would seem that perhaps, news of your arrival has been heard of, kind of thing. Like, I think it's been reinforced. The numbers have certainly been reinforced.
Sure.
So you realise we can't make it to land. That'll be bad news. Bad news.
Right. Okay.
So give me a quick as you jack into the Matrix.
Yes.
Wirelessly. So give me a console cowboy.
Is that? Do I get a hit to my sort of
for wireless? I believe it's -1.
-1. Okay then. That's bad. It's 5.
Okay. As you log in, you don't get any hold. Basically, you don't get additional bits on the console, on the Matrix. So you're jacked in. If you're looking to knock out one of the cameras, then that's going to be a compromised security.
Okay, let's go. 10. It's a success. 3 hold over the subsystem. So I'm just gonna turn off that camera.
Sure.
And maybe if there's any other cameras, I will use my other 2 holds to do that.
Sure. No worries. Okay, so you move to the cameras. You just kind of, there's not that much in the way of ICEs looking for you, and you kind of look and tapping on your comlink. One of the cameras goes dead.
Nice.
And the captain looks up and ancient piece of shit, he says, and stuff like banging the screen. Always keeps happening. Always, all the time.
I'll try and keep these focus on the docking bit by asking loads of stupid basic questions.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
So as you head in, Marcus and Price, you see one of the cameras. Marcus and Bear, beg your pardon. You see one of the cameras watching you on the stairwell. The red blinking light, and it goes out. And you kind of take that as your sign to go. But you're at the top of the stairwell that will lead you down to like the cargo area.
Yeah, so we're going to pretend to be conducting a cargo inspection. So we've got the ship manifest, and we'll be checking the seal numbers on a certain number of containers. But we're actually going to be going almost like a direct route to the container we want, checking seals along the way. Go, listen, we're just going to conduct a routine inspection, checking the seal number. You know how it goes. Make sure there's anything irregularity, customs, blah blah. Just make our way there.
Sure. Okay, so as you make your way along the between the crates, as you go, you notice that there are marauding packs of goons, like hired guns. They're all kind of walking around, and they're all cradling a mixture of like light machine guns, machine pistols, SMGs, and the like.
Are we escorted, by the way, on the ship?
Surprisingly, no.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of have free reign. As you're kind of going along, though, you do notice that there is a cargo crate that's like open and empty, and it has like the door open so you can see inside. And in there is, like, on a deck chair, like a fold-out garden deck chair type thing, there is an elf covered in dirt, basically like dirt and grime and oil, and he's just kind of looking at a comlink, and on the attached to the comlink is a control stick, and Marcus, you take one look at it and you recognize him to be a rigger, and sure enough as you see him, you hear a as one of the drones flies overhead. So yes, there is someone dedicatedly looking, and like he's monitoring the two feeds from these 2 drones that are buzzing around.
Okay. We'll make our way to the container.
Sure. Who between the 2 of you, who's leading the charge on the getting through? Because like a lot of these patrols are kind of looking your direction, and you're gonna have to keep your cool. So that's
like Magnus is probably the better talker if we are challenged. So
I'm bluffing my way through.
Okay, so this is an act under pressure.
Shit, that's not good.
So yeah, because people are looking your direction. By all means, Bear, you can link up with Marcus if you so wish.
Yeah, I'm helping by occasionally nodding sagely at a clipboard I'm holding.
Sure.
And like holding like this. Yes.
My cool is not good.
So, Bear, if you roll me a help or interfere, and your links with Marcus is +3, and then Marcus, you'll be able to roll a act under pressure after the fact.
Come on, Bear. Yes.
Good one.
Okay.
Big
I was holding the clipboard the right way up and everything.
Yes, yeah, you are looking at that clipboard with intent. So, Marcus, roll me a act under pressure. You get +1 to it.
Okay. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Big success.
Good.
Yeah.
12.
So between
do
the
it,
two
no
of you,
problem.
yeah, you walk to your crate with such confidence that no one even bats an eyelid. Like
It's
these
the
patrols
high-vis
are-
jacket and the nose pad. You
There
can
you
get
go.
anywhere.
and the hard hat, the white hard hat on top of your cowboy hat. Yeah, no, you just stroll casually, and you find that, like, you're looking at the manifesto that you've been given, like the cargo manifesto, you find the location of the crates that you're looking for. It is there's a stack of 3 crates, and it is the middle one.
Like containers, you mean, right? Like
containers,
20-foot
beg your
containers.
pardon. Yeah. So they're stacked up 3 high. Yours is the middle one.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of get one of those electronic kind of stairwells to be able to get up to it.
Mr. Bear, could you oblige us with a stair? We need to do an inspection of that here container.
Yeah, I'll do that right away, Mr. West. And I guess he'll toddle off to try and grab one if there's one in sight.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You, like, as you find one. So I imagine these are like the stair things that you get in like a library kind of thing, except it's on one of those. You get inside, and it's got little like driving controls, so you can drive it along. But Bear, as you kind of get in and you're kind of looking at the ignition, looking at the controls, and there's a crowd of hired guns, and they're kind of leaning back, smoking kind of rolled up cigarettes and looking at you. And one of them just kind of gives you a heads up nod kind of thing. And you press the button and like, and then kind of off you go.
Marcus thinks himself, this was a mistake.
Yeah, silent prayer to the bear spirit as he just starts pressing buttons.
You begin as you kind of start driving along. You hear a voice just as you're about to head off that kind of booms out. I like your hat.
Does it say to Bear?
Yes, Bear. You hear, I like your hat.
Oh no.
And as you turn around,
yeah.
you are dwarfed by the shadow of this expensive red coat-wearing troll with a green cyber eye. And there's a gold-plated machine pistol sticking out the waistband of his trousers. You must tell me where you got hat like that. I have many bears from where I come from home, and I never thought to wear bear head as hat.
Yeah, seeing who it is, Bear's gonna break into an unpleasant grin. He's and then he sort of remembers that they're meant to be incognito, the last owner was a bit reluctant to part with it, but we came to an arrangement.
Bears are beautiful and noble creatures, he says, and like as you start to kind of drive away, he's just this troll's walking alongside you back towards where Marcus was. Just kind of lumbering along, like slightly behind you, because he's such a large figure.
Marcus, seeing this, will tell Bear, Mr. Bear, we need to do an inspection of the middle row of those containers, and he's going to point to the one next to the one we actually want. Let's start with that one, not the actual one, the one next to it. Let's start with that one, and we'll do the whole row, and just check the serial numbers, see if it checks out.
So Nikolai, this troll kind of looks to you as you say it, and his eyes are going from you to the crates, but specifically he's not looking at the one that you've just pointed out. He's looking at the one you want to get in. And he,
I spoke to some. I spoke to the dockmaster. These are already checked. These are okay. That one you don't no need to check that one. Yes.
Listen, I don't know about that. We got instructions, right? It's right here, and we need to be checking random inspection of the containers. We're not going to check all of them. Just randomly check some of them.
The troll looks at you, and like his one good eye kind of narrows a little bit, and he
oh, of course you are here to do a job. I will not. I need to make a quick phone call,
he says.
No problem. Yeah, you can speak with the customs authority. Here's the number. You can have a call with them.
And he sort of like smiles to you, and he pulls out this kind of gem encrusted comlink from his jacket pocket, and as he kind of taps on it, puts it to his ear, and as he walks away, sort of like the two of you breathe a sigh of relief, but then you hear him say,
yes, Mr. Carter, I just need to quickly speak to you about something.
And he disappears around the corner.
Can Bear be muttering into his comlink? Cat, jam the phones now. Do the thing with this.
I'm on it.
Not like a landline, is it? Can you jam satellites?
Bear doesn't he seems to do anything with phones.
Marcus will be sending pictures via his eye to Cat, like a live feed of photographs of this guy chatting on the phone.
Okay.
Oh boy. So what move would this be, if there even is one?
So Cat, in this moment, I think you could. So you're gonna have to jack in again, but this time because you've got to jack out the cameras and then jack in. So the holds that you've already got won't apply to Nikolai's phone.
Fine.
But if you roll me a jack in and then a console cowboy.
Console cowboy.
Well, you don't have to roll.
This is only a 7.
Okay, that's fine. You're getting one hold. There is encryption on this comlink.
Right.
Using your one hold, you're able to bypass encryption and get straight in.
Okay. Am I manipulating systems or not really?
So I think at this point you would have to manipulate the systems because effectively you want to turn the connection, like the aerial, right?
Well, I got a 12 on manipulate systems, which is pretty good. 3 hold over the system. So 3 hold over the phone links, I guess.
So you jack in to this guy's phone, and like whilst you're listening to it, like as you're kind of rummaging around through the files of the phone to kind of find the antenna software, you hear the conversation that's the call that's going on.
Hello, Mr. Carter. I don't think it will be a problem, but the dock officials are checking some crates. If they get a bit too snoopy, what do you want me to do?
And there's a pause, and you hear, "Nah, we paid them well, so I think we'll be fine. But just let me know if they do get a bit too nosy."
Ooh.
It is a funny thing, actually, Mr. Carter. The whoever works at the docks wears funny hats like you too.
Am I meant to be like cutting this call or something?
I didn't realise just how many cowboys there were in the UK.
Oh.
And at that point, the call is cut.
Jeez, Louise.
Cut by Cat or cut by?
No, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So you hit the call. Like Nikolai looks at his phone, boop boop, as it says call disconnected, and like his 7G disappears as you kind of put him into airplane mode kind of thing.
Great. And I'm gonna let everyone know about that as discreetly as I can.
Meanwhile, Bear has been driving the forklift back, not to the container that Mark's pointed at, but the one we actually want. Thinking that I guess time is.
Bear, get the one next to it, next to the one, that one. I got a plan.
Can I send a message to Nikolai, getting him out of the way? Like, make it look like it's a message from Jacob, for example, saying, "Get up on deck. talk to. I want you to find out as much as you can about these people, or something. I don't know. Would that be helpful?
Well,
Just because he's sort of scoping you out at the moment, so it's going to be hard for you to do your thing. So
yeah,
I think
if he comes back to us, it's going to be annoying.
I've got 3 hold over his phone, so if I can send him a
do it. But Marcus sends a message to everyone saying, "We're going to break through via the container next to the one we want."
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what he's sending to everyone.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, Kat, if you want to, you've got hold, so you can you can do this.
Yep.
You can kind of send up to 2 messages, I guess, to Nikolai's stuff. Price, what are you doing? Anything in particular whilst this is all happening?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Are you just
keep him distracted?
I'm mainly distracting to make sure that Kat can do the security stuff while the guy's basically driving the boat and making sure that no one else is supposed to... Are we securing this cabin facility yet, Kat?
What?
Do you need to lock the doors so no one else can get in here?
Oh my god. I mean, you could do. You could do.
But when
you can do that discreetly. Can you do it with magic?
Yeah, I can always do it with magic. I can just flip the switch from where I am. And just, I'll just lock all the doors getting into the place.
Okay. In which case, if you're using telekinesis to kind of close and lock the doors, to lock you lot in, roll me a caster spell.
That'd be the old manipulation. Hey,
okay.
Okay, partial success. So you cast a spell, but choose 2. You manage to cast a spell, but it's a bit more taxing than you would expect. So you suffer drain, so you take stun harm. The effect is loud or otherwise attracts attention, or one aspect of the magic is not entirely under your control. The MC will choose one and twist it.
That's nice of you. Go on then.
So which 2 of those?
Oh, there you go.
So you suffer drain, the effect is loud or otherwise attracts attention. One aspect of the magic, shape or effect, is not entirely under your control.
I'll go with the bottom 2. I don't like suffering drain. Don't like clicking on that harm box.
Okay. So, you're sending messages to Nikolai and Price, as you're chatting and you're discreetly trying to cast a spell. You reach, because you can't really look because you're trying to maintain kind of eye contact, like looking in the direction of the captain, and you reach your hand out behind you, and as you go to close the door, you use too much force and it makes a loud metallic bang as you slam the door closed. And the captain kind of looks up at the door that's just kind of slammed shut. And one aspect of the shape is not entirely under your control.
It's the wind.
So, in actual fact, instead of, like, in inverted commas, a ray to just pick on the door and close it, it slams shut, like, all of the doors, all of the windows, like, completely locks you in. Like, there's boom, and they all make noise.
Sorry,
going for bad.
And sort of like the captain looks up to you and, "What's going on?" he says. Kat, what are you sending to Nikolai?
I'm asking him to go up on deck to check out the people who
on the drones.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe check the drones or something. There's a problem with the drones. I need you to go have a look or something. Just something to get him out of the way.
So you kind of feed that message into his comlink, and you, like, on the cameras, you see Nikolai like smacking his comlink, and then a message comes through and he looks around. You see him kind of waving his hands around, swearing most likely, and then he kind of stomps off in the direction of one of the other cargo containers.
Okay.
So that's, you're in the message thing, so that's one of your holds.
Yeah.
So whilst this is happening, Marcus and Bear, you've pulled the stairs up to the crate alongside your target container.
That's right.
And what's the plan?
All right, I'm going to send a message to Kat.
Yeah.
And say, "Kat, change the seal number, just 1 digit on this container," and I'll send her a snap of the container next to the one we want. Change the seal number on the register.
Oh, right. Can I do that? I guess I can. If I jack into the...
You tap, Alt-tab to the ship systems, because you've still got some hold from that.
From the camera, yeah.
So you'll need to roll a manipulate systems for that.
Manipulate system. Let's go.
Oh, yes. Strong rolls, I guess.
So you are a flurry of hacking. So
I'm just at the back of the room trying to stay out of the way.
While all the doors are covered.
So you gain 3 hold over the ship systems. You immediately use 1 to change basically the cargo manifesto number, I guess.
Yep.
On this cargo
just the seal number on the container.
Just the one container's seal number.
Sure. Okay. So you're down to 2. So you've got a group of 2, and you've got 1 left for Nikolai's phone.
Marcus will whisper to Bear. Bear, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna break into the container next to the one we want. All right. There's an irregularity with the seal number. All right. That means we can check the cargo inside. I don't care what's in it. Get it out. All right. Meanwhile, I've got an electric saw, so I'm gonna use one of my hold to say that I brought a laser saw that's really quiet. Laser cutter. All right. We're gonna break into the container next to it. Plant the explosives.
Take a crate.
Take a crate. Get the hell out of Dodge. Get Mr. Smiley, whatever, arms dealer, to go check back on his container and detonate it.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Actually, sounds pretty good, Marcus. Let's do it.
Break the seal.
I love it.
I'll look around and see if any of the goons are looking at me.
Bear, we're allowed to do this. We're customs agents. There's an irregularity with the seal. Mr. Bear, there's an irregularity with the seal, Marcus proclaims out loud. Can we please proceed to an investigation of this here container?
I hereby investigate this here container. Smacks it with a axe.
Right, let's open it up, see what it contains. We need to make sure the bill of lading corresponds with the container. Please proceed to removal of said material.
Yes, long words that I also understand.
As the container crate opens, inside there's just piles of metal girders.
Yeah, it couldn't be fluffy pillows, could it? No. Metal girders, more carrying for Bear. Right.
Mr. Bear, we need to proceed to inspection. Please remove said cargo from the container.
Yeah, okay.
So you look at it, and like when I say metal girders, I'm talking like building construction sized girders. So
I can live with that.
Like Bear, you're just looking at it going, are you for real? Because these are like 1 ton girders.
Okay. Maybe we work around the girders, Mr. Marcus.
Can we work around them?
Work around them. Sure.
Okay, can I give Bear the laser cutter?
Yeah.
And say, all right, Mr. Bear, please proceed with the inspection. And I'll give him the laser cutter in the duffel bag.
Wait, which end do you hold?
The other end.
Which wall is he cutting?
Wrong wall.
That's the floor. Okay.
I'll start cutting into the. Are you going to be standing watch outside, Marcus?
Supervising.
Yeah. So Marcus, as you keep an eye out
with a notepad,
and there's
disapproving look. Yeah.
So there's a light, kind of a flash of light, and the sound of crackling as Bear gets his, I guess, like laser plasma cutter and starts cutting a hole through this, through the crate and into the crate next to it. In the cockpit, like on the captain's deck, the captain stands up and sort of like looks between you two and just all of these gremlins, he says, and he starts heading over to the door to try and like wrench it open. Price, what do you do?
Stop him, Price.
Do we knock him out at this point?
Stop him.
There must be like some loose things going on here. I don't know what's going on. And is there like a fire extinguisher attached to the wall that can shoot across the room and hit him in the head?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a fire extinguisher.
God, this is mental.
So are you casting a spell to just fling that across?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. If you click the cast a spell move.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
7 is okay. 7's fine.
I can live with that.
7. Okay, so that's a partial success again. So same as before.
Hit him a couple of times.
You suffer drain. The effect is loud or otherwise attracts attention, and one aspect of the magic shaper effect is not entirely under your control. So which of those two?
Pick 1. Oh, 2.
Yes.
Oh, I'll go to the bottom 2 again. I'm not suffering drain.
Okay. So as this captain heads over, you panic and sort of like as you see this captain heading towards the door, you reach back for the fire extinguisher, and as you wrench it off the wall, the fire extinguisher, but also the chair and a table and like everything not bolted to the floor in that general direction, you just fling across the cockpit, and it slams into the back of the captain's head, knocks him clean out, but makes a horrendous crash as this table hits the window, the chair smashes against the wall. Just
barricaded the door. It's fine.
Everything just explodes outwards. And like it makes a hell of a noise. Kat, you look up because one half of the room's contents have at high velocity moved to the other end of the room. The captain is out cold, just like took a fire extinguisher to the back of the head, like passed out on the ground. What do? You're just looking up from your, well, I guess at this point you're looking up from your con link, like in the text chat with Nikolai, like.
Yeah. So, do we seem to have drawn anyone towards us? Like, can I look out of the windows or at the security screens?
So looking at the cameras, you can see that a number of the hired goons, like hired guns, have heard lots of crashing and banging in the cockpit, and there are 2 groups, like 2 patrols heading in your direction. And they're like, you can see their heads like as they begin making their way up the stairwells either side of the cockpit.
Get out of there! Get out!
I think. Well, we're barricaded in. I think what I need to happen is I need to get, because we're heading towards the dock, right?
Yeah. Because that's the other thing. You're being pulled in by this remote control tugboat into dock as well, and you know you need to be done before you reach the dock.
Yeah. Oh God. I mean, I was thinking something like another distraction, like I could use the hold over the phone to. But then we need Nikolai to go back. I need to use that hold to get Nikolai to go back into the shipping crate. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you still have some hold over the ship itself. In effect.
I do.
Like the systems of the ship.
You could knock some containers over onto the guards.
Yes.
That might be too much. That might be too big, though.
What about like a localized fire alarm on the deck, like the other side of the deck to where we are and you are?
Fire alarm, please. That would be great.
Like that.
I'm going to use my hold to set off an alert. Something bad is happening at the other end of the deck.
Okay, so you.
Or I could take over the tannoy and I could say set something like all security to what end is it? Engine room or something. Just like we're being attacked. Go to this other location, please.
Just send them to the front. Just say security breach.
Are we not at the front in the captain's office?
No, you're at the back.
No, you're at the back in the.
Send them to the front. Send them to the front.
Security breach, front of ship.
Security breach, front of ship, please.
Won't that make them run all straight past Marcus and Price?
We're in the middle.
They're downstairs.
Well, there's no downstairs. It's all open.
Yeah.
We're on the
right?
deck.
They're all those cargo containers stacked on the top of the boat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's true. But if that's not where the breach is being reported, then they might just run past us.
They'll run straight past, and you guys are inspectors.
We're conducting an
unidentified ship. Unidentified ship at front of. There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case,
that's what we're doing.
You announce so you manipulate the systems to take control of the tannoys, and as you announce this, you can see on the vid screens like the patrols stop halfway up the stairs and like they're looking at each other, and like there's some frantic kind of talking into microphones on lapels of jackets, sort of like holding fingers to ears. And you watch as the 2 patrols that are heading up to you begin making their way back down and heading back towards the direction they came. You also happen to notice on the security cameras, like Nikolai looks up from his comlink, looks around and is clearly listening to your announcement, and then just kind of stops for a moment. And as the the high guns move towards the front of the ship, you see Nikolai move towards, like, back to the back of the ship in your direction.
Right, that's fine.
It seems to be going the wrong way. And
fine.
So whilst this is happening, Bear and Marcus, you can hear this tannoy unidentified ship at the front of the prow of the ship. And
keep digging, Bear.
Hear the
keep
sounds of like boots running across the metal walkways, sort of like past you towards the front of the ship, and you can hear people shouting in. It sounds like Russian or some sort of kind of Eastern European type language, very kind of constant heavy languages, as these people are running past you. There, you manage to. There's a clang as the side of the container kind of falls in as you finish cutting it. Like you try to grab it, but it's obviously just but as you kind of fall into the crate with that you're actually aiming for, inside it's just stacked with like weapons crates. You looking at them, they're sturdy looking, kind of gunmetal. You can see they've got kind of keypads on them, security keypads. Each one of them looks like it would handily hold 20 odd assault rifle sized weapons. They're quite chunky.
Right, Marcus, I'm going to get this loaded onto the forklift. You start rigging the charges.
Yeah.
Okay, just point out to me what I need to take, because you know better than me.
The weapons crate, how big are they, Dan? Are they like, can you put them in a duffel bag, or is it like fucking massive?
It's going to be like 2 of you have to carry it.
Oh, okay. We both need to carry them out. Okay, fine. Well,
like,
let's.
Or you put it on like a forklift type thing. Like they're probably. Well.
Let's rig the charges first, and then carry the crate out with us, and put it on the forklift, and then we'll drive to the.
I think we can drop it in the water and try and get our rigger friend to pick it up.
Probably going to sink, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. If we let him know now to get in position, he'll be able to.
Then we can drop it onto the boat.
So we're gonna call a boat to the front of the ship where we've just sent all the security in the ship.
The side of the ship, presumably. But yeah.
I mean, how are we gonna get this weapons crate off? We need to like.
No, there's like there must be a crane or something that we can use.
You'd be able to between the two of you.
We've got the forklift thing, haven't we?
Bulky, but they're carryable.
But
so between two of you,
if we're carrying a weapons crate as a customs inspector, it's a bit dodgy.
But there's no one around at the moment, so this is our window to do it.
Rig the explosives, take the weapons crate out,
and then
carry it back to. I feel like we might have to dump it off the boat.
Well, let's cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's rig the explosives.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so who's setting the explosives?
Probably you, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise Bear might put a device on the ammo crate you're trying to steal.
Okay, so Marcus,
by accident.
As you kind of poke your head in and you start kind of laying out the charges, but like you have to work quickly. So I'm going to need another act under pressure. Bear in mind this is part of the plan, so you're going to get a +1.
Oh, it is. Okay, don't get any other. No, it's just me +1. Okay, do it.
Oh, 5. Not good.
Okay.
Complications with explosives. Excellent.
So you start to kind of put the charges in such a way that you know you're going to get kind of maximum saturation, maximum destruction. Bear, you're busy kind of pulling one of the crates out. As the two of you like leave the crate with this leave the cargo container with this weapons crate and kind of make your way out. You're about to take it down the stair lift onto the walkways to leave, and there's a boom, and all the lights on the ship go out.
Is that you, Cat?
No.
The lights go out, and Marcus, as you kind of look around and the only light you're getting is from the ambient light from the docks, you feel your comlink begins to vibrate in your pocket.
Yeah.
Call or unknown.
He'll do that. Whilst he's doing that, Marcus is starting to go to his duffel bag, pick up his assault rifle.
Okay. As you answer the call, hello, Marcus.
Jacob, you son of a bitch. What do you want?
Well, it's been a while since we spoke, so I thought I'd just give you a call, say hello.
Just a courtesy call. I get it.
You know, I've been thinking of visiting London for some time, and thought that maybe you'd give me some advice.
Yeah, tell you what, don't bother. Weather sucks.
You know, I'll be honest, the real reason I was thinking about you, it's been 5 years, hasn't it, Marcus?
Yeah, it's been 5 years since you killed my sister, you bastard.
That's a damn shame. You know, if you weren't so headstrong, perhaps you would have made it back to dear old Marianne in time. But you're just too stubborn for that, aren't you?
She trusted you, Jacob. She loved you.
Well,
you did that to her.
Given it's been so long, I thought I'd give you a gift. A second chance. How's that sound?
I can keep your poison gift.
Well, I could, but I won't. And as that happens, Price, you're looking around like in the dark in the cockpit, and as you kind of look out the window towards the dock to see see if anything's happening on the dock, you see the reflection of a red dot on the window into the captain's cockpit. And like your eyes focus on the dot for a moment, and then as you follow it, you see there's a red dot.
Oh shit!
On Ellie's torso.
Oh!
And there is a crack as a bullet flies through the window and strikes Ellie. Ellie, you've just been shot.
Yep.
And you take 3 harm.
3 harm. Lovely.
A sniper bullet passes through your abdomen.
Right.
Great. Ellie, if I could get you to roll a harm move, please.
Yes, you can. And because I'm wearing an armored clothing, I take 1 off this roll. So it's 9, I guess. No, 8, 7. It's a 7.
7.
Yeah, because you want it to be low, don't you?
Okay. You know what? Let's just roll it in. Someone gets a drop on you. Ellie, you feel this explosion of pain, like numbness followed by intense pain, as like you ragdoll and your world seemingly tips as you fall backwards, and as you crash to the floor of the captain's cabin, you look down, and even through your dark shirt you can see wetness spreading across your abdomen. Marcus and Bear, you hear this gunshot and the sound of smashing glass. And Marcus, in your ear, you hear shot to the abdomen. See if you can save her this time, Marcus.
Who'd you shoot, Jacob? Who'd you shoot?
And the comlink goes dead.
Bear, we're going hot.
So, Price, you look down. Ellie's like lying on the ground with a sniper shot to the gut. Bear and Marcus, what do you do in this moment?
Inspection's over. I'll drop the weapons crate onto the forklift that's positioned there. Marcus, time to go. Yeah, he's going to jump into the driver's seat.
I need to equip my body armor and my assault weapon. Do I have time to do that? I will spend the 10, 15, 30 seconds it takes to do that.
Sure. Yeah, I've just pulled the 5 axes out and put them in my belt.
Okay, well, in that case, Marcus, as you sort of like tear off the high vis, go to put on your body armor and sort of like reach into the duffel to bring out your assault rifle. Bear, you're just like looking at this guy getting dressed. And Bear, as this happens,
Bear, throw the weapon case overboard. We'll pick it up later. Throw it overboard.
Yeah, I like that. I'll just drive the forklift at speed and towards the edge of the boat and shoot it off.
So as you jump into the forklift to go to drive it, from around the corner, 3 hired guns kind of see you with this crate on a forklift, and you kind of look at them, they look at you, and they just, what do you know? And sort of start shouting words in presumably Russian as they kind of bring up their machine guns, like their machine pistols. You could drive the thing, or like you haven't started moving the forklift. What do you do? As they bring their guns up to aim at you.
Was them.
Yeah. I guess I will reach into my bag of grenades and just start pulling out a few pins. I won't spend ages on it, and then I'm just gonna like throw the bag.
Okay, right. So you pull some pins out. You throw the grenades. Yeah. That sounds like you're using violence to achieve an objective. Please roll me a mix it up.
This went south so fast.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Ah!
That's not good at all.
That's usually harm, right?
So you have rolled a 6.
Pulled out too many pins.
So
no.
So you.
It was Kiwis.
Like you go to, like you reach into the basically you look up, you reach for the bag and sort of like jam your hand in and start trying to pull out pins. You're not able to pull out the pins fast enough before like a number of bullets fly in your direction. So you get strafed with like you kind of bring an arm up and duck into the forklift as best you can. So they will immediately make a move. Obviously they were bringing their guns up to shoot you. So you take harm as you're strafed with bullets. If I can get you to roll a harm roll, and obviously you get a massive bonus to this.
Oh.
So -4. So you are very, very fine.
Wow.
No additional effects. You like bring an arm up, and a couple of the bullets kind of skim across your skin as they hit the magical tattoos. Some of them kind of deflect, but some of them, and like you feel your like cracks, fractures in your arm as you bring your arm up to shield yourself. As that happens, you like they kind of disappear into cover. And you're still in the forklift with a bag of grenades. You haven't pulled any of the pins out. The weapon crate is on the front. So as that happens, Price, you're in the cockpit with Ellie. Ellie's.
Who's got the?
Ellie's got the trauma derms. If you want to use those.
Yeah, I'm also worried that a second shot is coming, or.
Well, we're on the floor now. I think we need to hide.
Yeah.
While we deal with this situation. Okay, Ellie's got something she can do, but I think you need to keep her alive for now.
Trauma derm here.
Can you use a trauma derm?
Yeah, can I have to use a trauma derm then?
So that allows you to make the apply first aid move.
Okay.
Woohoo! Very good.
Nice. Oh, well done.
So Price, you watch Ellie hit the deck, but before you even get a chance to really think about it, you leap forward, you go through Ellie's bag, and you pull out one of these trauma derms. Like she's
trauma derm.
Like, yeah. That's a good point. So you see her sort of like pouring at this hole in her stomach, and as you kind of gently move her hands away and slam the trauma derm in and press the button, there's a tss, and it almost kind of staples the wound shut. So if you
remove 2 harm.
So you remove 2 harm.
So I'm only at 3 o'clock now, which is pretty good.
Yes. And Ellie, like the pain begins to dissipate, but you've still got kind of blood coming out your stomach. Ellie, what do you do in response? Like, because now you're more cognate.
I think I'm going to use my final phone hold. She had a message already typed out ready to go for Nikolai, who I'm assuming is the sniper. I don't know for sure.
So the shots seem to come from inland,
I reckon it's Jacob.
It's probably Jacob. In that case, we just need to keep our heads down, and I'm going to send Nikolai, who's presumably on his way here. I'm going to basically send him the message, cargo is under threat, secure the cargo, in like all caps.
Nice.
Okay. In which case...
basically, and then I'm going to tell Price we need to keep our heads down.
Okay. So you hack back into Nikolai's phone, you send that last message, so your hold on his phone's gone. You send that message somewhere on the ship, boom, the message comes through. The the message illuminates the troll in a very dark area. Obviously, all the lights are off, but there's a grim expression that the comlink illuminates as the arm sealer reads it. Marcus, you pull the straps on your armor
Body
tight
armor.
and sort of like
helmet,
arm the assault rifle. What do you do?
Thompson, exfil now! Get over here! Bear, we need to go get Cat and Price. Let's get up there.
Okay, so as you come down the steps, you a group of three high guns kind of poke their heads out of cover, and I see you coming. One of them turns to look to you, brings their guns up to shoot in your area. What do you do?
We mix it up, right?
Okay.
Bear? Should I mix it up or you, Bear?
I think I'm still recovering from being shot, aren't I? I think this is your action, so.
Yeah,
I'll do it. Let's go.
Okay, what's your objective? Are you taking them out or just putting their heads down?
I want to get them out of the way and head away from them.
Yeah.
So retreat back.
I'll drive the forklift while you give me covering fire, if you like.
Yeah, I'll cover fire. Okay.
Okay. Are you still looking to drive the weapons crate over the edge, or are you going to use Marcus's cover?
Maybe we should try and make it to the exit point.
We use the forklift as cover as we retreat back. We
Okay.
put it in reverse.
Try and make it to the extraction point, I guess.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. In which case, Marcus, if you roll me a mix it up to kind of give suppressing fire.
All right, that's good.
That is it.
8.
So, you achieve your objective. Choose 2. You make too much noise. You take harm. An ally takes harm. Something of value breaks. So you start trading fire with the high guns. They're shooting at you. You're shooting at them. Choose 2.
Okay. Something of value breaks.
Okay.
The ammo crate.
Yes, that breaks. And do I want to advance to the mission clock? Yes, we'll advance to mission clock.
Okay. So the action clock goes up to 10 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. Bullets fly. Some of them hit the crate and
Blows it up.
hit the lock. Well, basically hits the lock and kind of locks it in place. So the thing's sealed shut at the moment. Bear, if you're trying to kick this forklift into reverse and then use it as mobile cover, that's going to be an act under pressure.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I feared it might be. Okay.
Are you cool?
No.
Are you really not? Ooh.
Okay. I'm going to actually, off the back of that, I'm going to retcon the partial success from the mix it up. Because what happens is, as you go to gun it, you spin the forklift round so the crate's facing the goons. The bullets don't hit the crate, but instead they hit the forklift. And you listen as the engine putters out as the bullets kind of wreck the internals. So the crate is actually still okay, but the thing is creating a barricade between you and the goons, but the forklift is now out of commission. For you to move the crate, you're going to have to do it manually.
Right, Marcus, I say we ditch the guns. I don't think we can.
No,
we need Tippers to carry it.
Get the cat, get the prize,
Let's
get out of here.
Okay.
All right.
So, as the two, we'll stick with you. As the two of you kind of leave the guns and sort of begin making your way back towards the back of the ship to where Price and Ellie are. As you're going, you hear what sounds like a monstrous roar, like the sound of tearing metal. And from one of the cargo containers up ahead, the side of it like bursts open. And from the kind of the smoke and the low light and the chaos, a shape emerges from this cargo container. And Marcus, as you turn on the light magnification on your cyber eyes to get a better look, you see.
Go!
Ah, no, bad.
Oh no!
Nikolai comes striding out in this huge, bulky power armor. There's a visor over his eyes. There's a whirring kind of power pack on his back, and your eyes are just kind of as you scan him. It's not a jetpack, just a just a power pack. But
A
your
power
eyes are
pack.
drawn
Okay.
down to a 3-barreled Gatling gun. And he sort of like looks up to you and he bellows as he points to you. He sees the two of you kind of running along with your guns. And as the rotary gun starts heating up, he shouts to you and he looks to you and says, "You're going to struggle to be alive once they've killed you!" And he points the gun in your direction. What do you do? Bear, what do you do?
The bear is going to swiftly change direction, dive back over the forklift, and sort of take cover behind that. He's trying to scrabble around in the weapon crate if possible, for something useful.
Okay.
But yeah, he's mostly taking cover.
Okay, you're taking.
No, actually, scrap that. I'm going to attempt to get Marcus out of the way. So throwing him bodily if needs be, or just pushing him.
Sure.
Feels like a more bear thing.
So that sounds quite. What does that sound like?
Can we work together? I just want to do something.
Yeah.
Because I think we should head the other way, back towards the goon shooting us, and try and get this guy with the minigun to go in front of the container, and then we detonate it. That's what I think
you
we
want
should
to
do.
lead him back towards the... Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if maybe Marcus tells Bear that.
Okay, we'll tell you what. This sounds inherently like you're trying. Like I think Bear, you're trying to help Marcus in this. So give me another help or interfere.
Okay.
So it's +3 with Marcus.
Yeah.
So that's an 8.
Good.
Okay, so Marcus can get a +1. So you're trying to lure Nikolai in the power armor to, to look at it. This is it looks state of the art military power armor. And he's sort of like revving and he's stomping towards you. So you're just trying to lure him effectively under the crate.
Yes, I think Bear would be shouting, "Oi, Deathbringer! If I was going to give myself a nickname, I would have picked something cooler." And
That's fun.
the insults are flying.
Okay, Marcus, if you're trying to lure Nikolai away, that sounds very. I'm gonna say act under pressure, or
What's the other talky one?
fast talk.
No, there's another one than fast talk.
There's hardball.
Is there?
Hardball, is that?
hardball.
Yeah, play hardball.
hardball's like intimidate,
I'm
isn't
not
it?
really,
Yeah.
not really intimidating them.
I think it's act under pressure because you're trying
is.
to
Yeah.
kind of
it
lure
is.
him away whilst you don't want this guy to open
Cool
up.
sucks. All right,
But you
So
get
whilst
+1 to
shooting-
this because of Bear helping you.
let's do it.
Yes.
Oh, +1.
Okay,
So Marcus is shooting, trying to get retreating back at the goons, whilst trying to lure this guy in with Bear taunting.
Okay, so as
okay.
you start opening up with your assault rifle, the bullets are just boom, 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 kind of bouncing off the power armor, and he's just as the rotary cannon keeps on spinning up faster and faster, and then there's a moment of almost calm, and you then hear as this line of bullets just start cutting through the containers in front of you. Bear, with your help, you're able to kind of push Marcus down out the way into cover as this thing it cuts through the forklift and cuts through the goons that were kind of on the opposite side to you, just kind of arcs through them like a scythe. But as you kind of bring your heads up and you can just hear creaking and groaning, you can see the burn holes through these like the metal's melted where these bullets are hit at such high speed, and you just hear Nikolai as he kind of stomps a bit closer towards you, and you're able to lead him further and further along. Whilst he's chasing you, Price and Ellie, you hear the sound of a Gatling gun going off. You also notice over the din two kind of blinking lights kind of floating down towards the windows as the two drones come to investigate. So Price, what do you do?
Are they coming to investigate us?
Yes, they're looking in to see what on earth's happened up here.
Do you want to disappear, Cat? Do we want to just...
We could either disappear or we could try and take the drones down.
Okay, in which case I could try and fling one drone into the other one and try and blow both up.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
That sounds very magic-y. So, Bryce, if you click cast a spell.
That's the manipulation one, yeah.
There we go. Okay, so it's a partial success. So
you get +1 to that as well, because it is a manipulation.
It is a +1,
+3,
so it's a 9. So, yeah, still cast a spell. Partial. I assume you're not taking drain. You're just going to make it loud and not entirely.
Yes, I think noise is something we don't need to worry about anymore.
Okay, so you reach out and kind of grab the drone. The shape of it isn't quite right, so you go to fling the first drone into the second, but you miss the second. The first one shatters against a container, but there is still one kind of floating in front of you.
That.
Ellie,
Can I shoot it, please?
You can.
With my machine pistol.
Yeah, are you going for accuracy or are you spraying and praying?
I'm going to try and be accurate, I think.
Okay, so you're using violence. That is a...
Mix it up.
Mix it up.
I have to mix it up with my non-existent meat.
Oh.
5.
Okay. You got -1 meat? Oh, shame.
I do.
You bring your gun up and you... you try it in controlled burst to shoot this drone, but between it being small and the gun, like the first time you firing an SMG properly, and it's able to kind of dodge the vast majority of the bullets.
Bastard.
In return, you see some flashes from the drone, like white flashes, and you realise, oh no, it's taking photos.
Great.
And the action clock goes up even further.
No, stop it.
Oh, God.
Stop taking the action clock up.
So, Marcus and Bear, you're being chased by a power-armoured, rotary gun-wielding troll. Power trip. He's thankfully just taken out some of his own goons, but you've led him pretty much to where the cargo crate is.
Yeah, I think Marcus says... Does Marcus or Bear have the trigger? I think Marcus would.
I think you'd have it, yeah.
You have it, yeah.
Sure.
Boom.
Okay. In which case, as this troll kind of looks up to you and sort of like, "Gah!" and sort of like starts revving up the gun again, you like press the button and the explosions. So was it just set up to just explode outwards or tip it or what?
Yeah, just explode basically. So it would just the door
maximum
will
damage,
fly
basically,
off.
wasn't it? Yeah.
The door will fly off, but I mean there will be an explosion and shrapnel all around it. So I'm hoping as soon as he goes under it, it will blast him in the face, pretty much.
Okay. Given that you've had to be significantly closer to the explosion than you were expecting to set this trap, I'm gonna ask you to
mix it up.
Yeah, you are using you're using violence. You're using distinct amounts of violence. Yeah, mix it up.
Okay, for both of us.
Just for Marcus, because effectively you've got to time it and so on and so forth.
Let's go. With synth.
Yeah.
Meat.
Yeah, because I suppose your side rise would be kind of tracking positions and whatnot.
Fair enough. Cool. Let's do it.
Oh no.
Shit.
Okay. So the crate explodes. It's a deafening explosion. The two of you kind of knocked back by the concussive force.
Do I not get a +1 ongoing? Because I'm following the plan, which the plan was to blow up Nikolai with the explosives.
It was.
I will. You know what? Yes. I will. I will accept that. I will very much accept that. The plan's changed slightly, but it is still basically the plan.
The essence of the plan is the same.
The essence of the plan.
Details
it's the
change.
thought that counts. Okay,
All right.
in which case, Marcus...
I choose 2, right?
So you achieve your objective, but choose 2. So you make too much noise, advance the action clock, which is now at 11.
Not that one.
You take harm, as established by
I take harm.
Okay, an ally takes harm, something about
Yeah, both me and Bear take harm.
Okay. The explosion tears out.
Bad boys explosion star.
I'm going to say that this is very much like being too close to a
Grenade? Yeah, we're definitely too close to the explosion because we ran out of this corridor where the containers are, and just as we reached the end, I saw Nikolai was behind us, and I just went, dunk!
Okay. In which case, so if you suffer, fundamentally, you suffer the effects of being hit by a fragmentation grenade. Marcus.
Yes.
You take
Yes.
4 harm.
What?
How much armor do you have?
I got 2 armor.
Your body armor reduces it by 2, down to 2. But please make me a harm roll, a harm move.
Oh, roll low. Please roll low.
Marcus dies.
No.
So sorry, it was you take damage and something value breaks.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. It's good.
No, it was both of us taking damage, I think.
Both of you take damage. Okay.
Oh, I'm fine. Low is good.
Low is good. Low is good.
Yeah. 6.
Wait. So, just for reference, are you're wounding an ally, Marcus?
Yeah.
Bear doesn't look. Bear's got bullet holes in him.
Does he?
Yes.
But he's also quite impervious to damage, right?
Well, Bear gets shut up.
But Bear doesn't take all that much damage, right? He's only going to take like 2 or something. If you have any effect that reduces harm, you should be okay.
I have one armor, and then I'm really good at harm moves.
In case you have been at 3 o'clock all this time, so taking another 3 damage would take you to 10 o'clock. So you're both buffeted by this explosion. Bear, if I can get you to roll a harm check, please.
Low.
Yeah, okay. I'll do my best.
You have minus to your harm rolls, don't you?
I've got lots of minuses, I think.
Hey, look at that.
1. Roll a 1. Okay, so your worlds both black out. You eventually come to dazed, dizzy. There's ringing in your ears. You can feel heat. You feel pain arcing across your backs and your limbs. Like as you turn and look, there's just a burning, smoking, like wreckage of a container crate. With just other container crates have just been blown away, like blown over by the concussive force. If no one knew you were here already, they definitely know you are now. And in amongst the rubble, it looks like you can't see Nikolai. You assume he's in that rubble, like in that wreckage, that burning wreckage.
Let's go. Let's go.
So as the 2 of you, like Bear, you are pretty bad off. But what are the 2 of you doing?
Get off the ship. Get in the water.
I guess we're running to the. As I'm running, I'm attempting to go through my sort of spiritual chants in my head and heal myself a little bit, hopefully.
Okay.
You can heal, right?
So roll me a cast a spell.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay.
Okay.
Not ideal.
Oh.
So you, you're trying to kind of conjure together this healing magic, but you're
lost too much blood.
You're losing blood. Your head's woozy from the concussion, and you can't quite do that. So I will make a move. Ellie and Price, we find you up in the captain's deck. There's still a drone flying overhead. The drone kind of looks to you, Price, and it looks like it's aiming up for a shot as it kind of comes in through a smash in the broken window. It seems to be sizing you up. What do you do?
Ellie, what should we armor up, or should I just try and get rid of it, and then you can try and block the camera signal? Or
I think we need to. Well, we need to knock that drone out of the way. Ellie's happy to attempt a matrix roll to do that. But we also need to get out of here, and the door's currently barricaded, so we need to deal with that as well.
Okay. Well, do you want to go first, trying to get rid of the drone, and then I can do the door? Yeah.
I will have a go.
So you're trying to hack the drone?
Hack the drone?
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a console cowboy.
That's a 7.
So you gain 1 hold. So there is a. So if we'll fly through this one real quick. So as you jump in, there is security. There is a nice security in here.
Okay.
Which kind of turns and notices you.
I'm gonna use my icebreaker to knock that out.
Once per matron, you can cancel. Well, so it looks like it's going to lock you out. So you can use your icebreaker to stop that. It would be melt ice to try and remove it entirely.
Sure, I'll stop it from kicking me out.
Okay. So you use your icebreaker to kind of freeze the ice. It's passive for the moment. You can either attempt to melt it or you can compromise the security.
I'm going to compromise the security, please.
Okay. So roll mind.
Yep, 14.
Okay, and so in which case, before the ICE gets a chance to kind of do anything against you, how are you compromising the drone?
I'm just going to shut it down if I can,
Turn
or
the propellers off, let it fall.
Let it just fall onto the ship or into the ocean.
Cat memes.
In which case, you kind of wirelessly hack into the drone, and you turn off the rotors, and the thing just hits the side of the broken window and just kind of tumbles down. You hear it break on the cargo.
Yeah, if that's the only one left, I'm happy to then jack out and drop my connection with it, and forego any more holds on it because we need to get out of here, and that ice is going to start messing with me. So
that sounds good. Price, you're Ellie's just done her thing. What are you doing to help
get out of here? And I've barricaded the door with half the kitchen sink, so we need to unbarricade the door.
Right. Are you doing it manually or magically?
Oh, is the window?
We could break
window's
the window.
partly cracked, hasn't it?
Yeah,
partly cracked. Should we both just dive out the window and let us float down?
Take some more harm. Great.
No, we can float down. It's fine.
It's great. It's glass.
Fine. Okay, I'll unbarricade the door using magic, of course.
Okay, cast a spell.
Wait!
Finally, it's gone right. Okay, so you kind of reach forward, you grab all the detritus that's in front of the door, and you, with a sweeping hand motion, it parts like the Red Sea, and you kind of grab the lock's door and wrench that open as well.
Yay!
So the two of you have an escape route.
Okay, let's go.
Other four of you just
choose one from that as well, don't
I? You harness. You can add an adjunct and choose from the 7 to 9 list. So the adjunct is just like you can make it.
Oh right, gotcha. I can't just remove an extra health from Ellie then. Okay, no worries.
Yeah. So you just pull it open. Okay. So between the four of you, are you now just
we're just bugging out?
Yeah. You hear on the comm links, but you hear as a speedboat pulls up to the side of the cargo freighter, and you hear frantically on the comm link, I don't know what you're doing up there, but I am here.
Grab something for the ferry. Grab something, please.
So as you're shouting at Marcus and Bear, you're just looking at all of the crates are just smouldering ruins.
Nope.
There's nothing left.
Ah man.
Okay. Marcus, you're going on that date after all.
What date? You're crazy, Bear.
So as you go to kind of there's ladders down the side of the cargo ship. So the speedboat, so the Pixie Dream pulls up alongside it, and as you start coming down, who's going last?
Marcus.
Marcus will go last. Okay. Yeah.
Marcus. Okay. So Ellie, Price, Bear, you start making your way down, and Marcus, you're just kind of making sure everyone's all right. As it's your time to go, you hear the sounds of more tortured metal, and as you look up, from around a corner, you see Nikolai bleeding, burn, his power arm is fritzing, but he kind of stomps round, and you won't get away that easy, and with the sound of kind of grinding servos, he brings up the assault cannon to point at you. You can see that the power pack on his back is kind of cracked and flaming, and you take one look at it and think, oh, this isn't going to go well for him. But the gun is starting to rotor up. What do you do? Because it looks like he's going to be able to strafe you as you go.
I'll shoot, and as I'm shooting, I'm just jumping off.
Okay, roll me a mix it up.
There will probably be some damage, depending on what is underneath me. Let's go. And sit. Yes. 9.
And this is, I suppose you're trying to take out Nikolai, aren't you?
Yes.
So let's say that's a +1. So it's a 10. You achieve your objective, and as he brings it up, because he's taken off the eye goggle, like the heads up visor, and as he brings the Gatling gun up to shoot at you, your assault rifle snaps up, and with precision you just 3 shots to the forehead as you jump off the ship. Nikolai's head snaps back as his finger pulls the trigger. His arm kind of flips up as he rocks back as well. And as a line of fire like arcs into the sky, the pack on his back overheats and detonates. And he goes off like a small nuclear explosion.
Hey.
Marcus,
I jump up and go, Bear, catch me!
Bear is at full harm right now.
Bear will try and catch him.
I was going to say, could I use my Arcana to quickly cast
a
meditate
or
some way to telekinesis to slow him down?
That sounds cool enough. In which case, as Marcus is falling off the side of the ship, Price, you look up and with your manipulation telekinesis grab.
And smash him against
slow him down enough that he just hits the roof of this armored speedboat and then kind of is able to slide in, but doesn't take any damage. Thompson looks at you and, are we all in?
Yeah!
And he hits the throttle and you're all thrown back as this speedboat the front half lurches out of the water as he speeds off wheelie style, and you begin tearing down the Thames. As a few more explosions go off across this cargo freighter.
Holy moly!
Marcus, as you check everyone over, you see that Ellie's got a gunshot to the abdomen. Bear is got bullet holes in him. And he's broken and bruised. Price looks surprisingly okay. But as you stream off into the darkness, from a command from one of the dock towers, there is a glint of an infrared scope as the sniper rifle is lowered, and a man in a cowboy hat smirks as he watches you leave the scene.
Can I get on the machine gun and just send some shots on there out of spite?
Shooting into the dock area.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
Jacob!
As that happens, you disappear into the night. Once you make it far enough, your Thompson kind of cuts the engines and goes back into what was effectively stealth mode. You can hear like NLPD helicopters and kind of forces heading towards Tilbury Dock as you make your way away. And
that was hot.
That was quite something.
Marcus, as your comlink rings again, like unknown number.
Answer it.
There's silence for a moment, and as you kind of grit your teeth in anticipation, you hear,
"Congratulations, Mr. West.
Oh, it's not Jacob.
Your aptitude for explosions hasn't dimmed since Westminster, I see."
Yeah. It was a bit of a explosive job. I think we knew about that when you handed us the explosives. So
Marcus, roll me a getting paid.
Yeah.
Does he know you was involved in Westminster?
Roll and add the number of unfilled segments on the legwork clock. You have so you add 2 to this, please.
Oh, jeez.
Woo! We may not get paid. Let's see.
Yeah.
Roll!
Oh, no! We're not getting paid.
I'm just happy to be alive.
Me too.
Fine.
And get paid by employee. Roll and add the number of unfilled segments. Okay, so I added.
I think we get paid. We just don't get to choose any perks.
Well, no, because one of the ones is you are paid in full, so he might deduct money because
some money. Yeah. Because yeah.
So, you.
I want to get paid in full. I think.
We don't get to choose.
No. So the complication is that you don't get to choose any from the list. So as you speed away on the Thames.
I see your preference for explosions hasn't diminished since Westminster. It's been good working with you and your team, Mr. West. There's been a few financial accounting errors. I apologize that we cannot be as forthcoming as we were expecting to be. But perhaps we can work again and rectify the issue in the future. Goodbye, Mr. West.
The comlink goes dead.
Boo, boo,
and
boo.
you realise that you're not getting paid.
What, at all?
I lent you money. Your mic's gone, Jim.
We're getting paid at all?
What?
You're not getting paid.
Well, it says. Hold on a minute. I'm arguing because it says you are paid in full is one of the. So we can get paid partially, right?
I mean, technically, we're not getting paid in full, so.
Send us some Tesco vouchers or something, I don't know.
We'll be lucky if we get vouchers.
Instead.
You are not getting paid.
That's brutal.
Oh dear.
So, as you...
I got negative money.
What a way to finish the session. No pay.
As you kind of make your way down the Thames, and Marcus, you swear at as you realise you've just been duped. We'll call it there.
Ah!
God damn it.
Hey.
Damn it.
Damn Jacob. It's his fault.
Well, was that Jacob who even hired us? I don't know. Don't know what happened there. Very mysterious.
Maybe it wasn't.
Mysterious people about, isn't there?
Maybe Jacob hired us because he wanted to kill Marcus and he wanted the other guy dead. I don't know. Whatever.
Was an ambush all along.
Maybe we'll find out.
Congratulations, everyone, on completing Mission 4 of London Underground.
At least we get XP. You can't take that away.
Please come get XP.
You get XP. So, yes, looking through it real quick, going by the mission statements, the directives. You accepted the jobs. You arrived at the arms. You arrived at the delivery. You took out Nikolai, the Deathbringer, Balagnachov. You destroyed the cargo, and the mission ended. So you all get 5 XP.
5, yay!
Which I believe is going to level you all up.
It's close to 10, doesn't it?
Marcus, unfortunately, you did not get paid, so you do not acquire additional XP. Bear, you took a lot of damage, so you gain XP. You gain additional XP. Did you put your responsibility to the team ahead of the mission?
Nah. Probably not. Probably not.
Jake, did Price reveal more information about Black Phoenix or did your membership to the New Christian Church hinder the mission?
I had a small monologue of trying to get the explosives all afternoon. But...
oh yeah, that definitely wasted some time. So you should get points for that.
Thank you.
You have to talk about the flower arranging for 3 hours.
Ellie's loyalty to Josh did not hinder the mission, and you did not find any information about Meridius or the Underground.
No.
And Marcus, you. You didn't try to get extra profit this missions, or you didn't follow through with a promise or contract, even if things turned sour. So, yes, everyone gets 5 XP.
Cool.
Which means you'll level up for the next mission.
Hooray!
Yes. Once again, thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. If you liked what we're doing here, we have loads of other stuff similar to this. And other systems, other missions. So make sure to, if you liked it, hit the like button, leave some comments down below. If you want more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon for notifications, because there's loads of those. And yeah, I will see you all in the next mission.
We're going to find out who duped us.
Yeah.
Give us money.
Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to MDN News.
Telling you what you need to know.
There have been reports of disruption and damage to property at a large cargo dock in Tilbury last night, resulting in significant costs in damages.
A spokesperson for Blue Tree has made a statement that a foreign vessel is reported to have lost control upon entering the dock and collided with the dock itself, causing its delicate cargo to be damaged.
The spokesperson went on to say that a full comprehensive inquiry is to take place into the situation to ascertain the fault of those responsible for the accident.
This comes after the NLPD released a statement that a stricter wave of public restrictions is due to come into effect in the next few weeks as part of a greater lockdown to help promote national security as the war with the underground continues.
We will keep you up to date with any developments as they emerge.
Next up, have you ever wanted to date a dragon?
We speak to Valitharian, the first draconic contestant looking for love in the latest season of MVN Single and wanting to mingle, right after these advertisements.
If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment down below. You can find more explorers of Elsewhere content right here. You should also go ahead and subscribe to the channel by clicking right here. Click the bell to receive notifications of new uploads. Until next time, stick to the shadows.